UCR Twitch.tv stream. My name is XT. I'm joined here at Chicken Cup, and we got ourselves a League of Legends show match on our table today. We have UCR on the blue side, we have CPP on the red side, and we are already straight into picks and bans for patch 11.5 here. And so far, nothing really too out of the ordinary besides Daramus being the second blue side ban here for UCR. But a lot of common stuff here so far, Chicken Cup. And what are your thoughts so far?
I'm actually very, very surprised with the Nidalee ban, just because I feel like Nidalee is still not that good of a jungler right now. Like, there are changes in the jungle, such as the Udyr, and I've seen people still play Graves and stuff like that, but Nidalee and Rammus are very, very unorthodox bans, I believe, and I think that they're really just targeting comfort picks. So, what do you think about these up and coming Ezreal, Malzahar bans and stuff like that?
You know, Malzahar is something that so far Orobon has played a lot in the mid lane and is quite a pretty interesting pick in the mid lane so far, given the Everfrost changes and whatnot. But something I kind of want to point out before we talk about the bans, Seraphine left up B1 is going to get locked in. Granted, she's gotten a lot of nerfs so far, but she still is a very prevalent force in the meta so far, going to be able to provide a lot of utility and damage if built correctly, and still a team fight menace, not to mention her flexibility as she is able to be played in the mid lane, the ADC role, or as a support.
Exactly. And actually locking in the Gravis. Fun fact, actually, Gravis got nerfed this season, or this patch that just happened, with his mana cost being up with I believe Explosive Keg now being at 80 base mana for everything. So I'm really surprised to see where they're actually going to be playing this Gragas. And hovering the Vel'Koz possibly as a counter to Seraphine support, just because having two unbelievably bursty mage champions down in the bot lane is very, very
Ooh.
influential. And having the Tristana there, somebody that's very, very, I would say, self-sustaining, self-orienting. You don't really need to rely on your support as much with somebody as good as Tristana. Where do you think she lies in this season?
Well, right now, Tristana has been a pretty solid pick so far. Can be played into bot lane as a counter to the Kai'Sa and the Senna, but also, has been flexible in the top and mid role as well. Not to mention, Galio, you got to get locked in. Also, a flex pick. Don't know where it's going to go yet. Can go in the mid lane, can go support. We're either looking at a Tristana Galio lane or a Tristana Seraphine lane, but I think signs point right now to Tristana Galio's Heimerdinger is going to get hovered. Cal probably want to spice things up. That's going to be the Vel'Koz over onto the
Ooh.
bottom side of the map. Heimerdinger locked in. Gragas most likely going to be going either in the top lane or into jungle, or this could be a mid lane Heimerdinger. So again, Cal Polypomona having a lot of flexibility, not really showing their cards too much yet, but already showing a lot of unique picks, but could be a problem as that's 3 magic damage dealers into a Galio. So that could cause a lot of problems.
Exactly. I'm not really too sure about this Heimerdinger pick, but if they were able to choose somebody with enough 80 just to poke out that Galio, I think that this could be very, very good for CPP. But on the side of UCR, I would say their team is a lot more balanced. They still need to very sort out their support lane. They need to sort out their mid lane, especially to go up against one of these three behemoths that they already chose. And having the Mordekaiser and Echo ban, um, actually, switching to the Kiana. Fun fact, actually, Kiana did get patched this upcoming patch that they're actually playing on. So
Right.
very, very cool.
Kiana getting some extra buffs to help her laning and whatnot, but also a very wise ban here for UCR. They want to take away AD options from Cal Polypomona. And so far, Cal Polypomona, they're going to be banning away the Mordekaiser, but that does still leave up Dark Beast's pool over at the top lane and the Kindred as well, removing that AD option, potentially a counter pick to the Gragas, but we'll have to really see. I wouldn't be surprised if UCR bans away another AD-oriented champion. Could be something like the Irelia, could be something like, the Kled as well. Tempest, he does like to play that a lot. But either way, UCR still going to be taking your time on this last ban.
This is very, very hard to pick just because they're trying to pick out the ADC and actually settle on Caitlyn. I feel like they could have picked somebody else a little bit more
Oh,
damage oriented, like the Senna, but actually locking the Wukong, I believe that would be a Wukong top lane.
could be a
Uh,
Wukong top or a Wukong jungle. Tempest, who I believe is looking to play jungle today, It's actually one of his most played picks. He actually did used to be a Wukong one trick as well. But so far here, UCR not really too phased. Got to be locking in the Cho'Gath here. Is actually
Mhm.
quite a decent answer to the Gragas or the Wukong top. Does make it a little bit hard to trade against, as the Grace is going to get hovered. A little bit of AD damage, and that will probably confirm that it's most likely going to be a Tristana Galio bot lane. Olaf also being hovered.
Oh.
Stridebreaker buffs have brought a little bit of life into Olaf, as well as Gore Drinker has been nerfed. But as more and more people are starting to go with the new item, could make things hard. A lot of great picks for UCR. Hovering over to Udyr, trying to see if that's going to be the last lock. And yes, it is a
Mm.
relatively tricky composition so far, and really well balanced. What does Cal Poly want to round out their composition with?
That's actually very, very interesting to see just because Udyr did get nerfed with his Phoenix stance, so he has a huge nerf in his wave clear potential. However, again, you said before the stride breaker buffs, and I would actually say the
Wow.
Black Cleaver changes to make it more utility wise and movement speed oriented, but blocks in a
Wow.
Yone ADC. This
Okay,
is
so
oh, this is weird.
yep. So while we are looking at both these teams, let's talk about what's on the line for both Cal Poly Pomona and UCR here today. As you know, we got a rivalry to set in here, Chicken Cup, and I'm
Mhm.
from Cal Poly Pomona. Well, used to be. I'm now more of kind of like an alumni. Chicken Cup, you're
Yeah.
still with UCR here and there. But the biggest thing is that Discord is on the line here today, folks. That's right. Whoever loses this game will have to be at the mercy of the other school and will be forced to change their Discord's theme into whatever the winning school desires. With Valorant going to be on the social media accounts, and finally Sunday capping it off with Pummel Party's Boba Run of Shame. But for here today, Cal Pomona drafting up a pretty interesting composition. There isn't really a lot of positives here, I could confidently say, but a lot of comfort picks here for Cal Poly Pomona. They're definitely playing like there's nothing on the line here because maybe they're not just confident, but UCR, they've definitely locked in a meta composition here for 11.5. And Chin Cup, I kind of want to get your thoughts here. How are you feeling after seeing both these teams' drafts?
Oh, I'm feeling really confident on the side of UCR just because, yeah, you could play one of the best champions for you as a comfort pick. However, they still fall short in comparison to these meta comps, in my opinion. You
Sure.
could play very, very well for your character, but the weaknesses don't go away. Whereas for all these characters such as Cho'Gath, Udi, or Tristana, they all cover each other's like small weaknesses, and they're all very, very self-sufficient. And I
Yeah.
believe we are going into champion select right now also. So they're just banning out the same thing. But again, I just want to go over how I really, really like UCR's pick of having Seraphine flexible anywhere, most likely as the mid lane, just because Galio, I think, is going to be going on our support more, just because they are actually a lot more comfortable with that, and I believe uh, that is Almador actually.
Yeah, something I kind of want to bring up as right now. The teams are currently in champ select, and we don't really know where these champions are going just yet. But we'll be able to see it quite soon when everyone's able to lock in their champions. Maybe we'll get past the spectator delay. We'll see if we could get that on stream for you guys. But something I kind of want to bring up too for Cal Poly Pomona, they lock in the Wukong and the Yone, and that does mean Galio not gonna have a lot of fun if he's gonna be stuck in the top side of the map. More or less, I do believe he's going to be, like you said, he's going to be looking at the support role where I believe it's probably going to be a Vel'Koz Heimerdinger bot lane with a lot of poke, looking to make sure to bully UCR out of lane and also make sure they're able to keep their distance from Seraphine. When team fights become a factor, and not to mention, Cal Poly Pomona, they don't really have a lot of synergy when it comes to team fighting, but they are extremely good when it comes to picking people out and getting and being able to maybe catch people off guard. While UCR, it's very straightforward what their composition wants to do, Chicken Cup. They want to run at you, they want to time their ults correctly, they want to womble combo you and come out on top, especially with their superior scaling compared to Cal Poly Pomona.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like let's just go over these lanes really fast. So I believe it's going to be a Cho'Gath top lane versus a Wukong top lane. What do you think Wukong should do to really get past Cho'Gath's innate tankiness? Because after the first back, I feel Cho'Gath wins against Wukong, but before, during everybody getting to lane, I feel Wukong could just rush down Cho'Gath level 3, utilizing his new W. Well, I'd like to say his new W passive of able to proc the Q crushing blow damage. So, what do you think all these lanes are looking to do actually?
Yeah, so when we're looking at the side of Cal Poly Pomona, it's pretty straightforward what they want to do. They want to win their lane and they want to win the game. And it also looks like they're all going to be flexing into separate roles here. Uh, I believe they're currently not in LCS order, so it's not representative of who's going to go where. Full screen for sure, going to be going into mid lane with the Yone here. Should be able to close the distance between Seraphine. Should be able to give Seraphine a little bit of trouble when it comes to the lane. And maybe it's going to be MacBook Gamer on that Heimerdinger and Tempest on that Vel'Koz support, while Zenith actually
Mhm.
got to be taking the Wukong into the jungle, or Tacos. The thing about Cal Poly Pomona is that their four roles that they've locked in so far can go anywhere. But to answer your question, Chicken Cup, their main goal is to win the lane. They need to win the micro. They need to make sure they're able to win their individual advantages before, the synergy from UC Riverside's composition really comes online. Because once again, it's a very simple and straightforward composition. They want to scale up. They have a lot of AoE synergy to synchronize and, basically take you out in full 5v5 fights, Chicken Cup. And, not to mention, Alamona and this Tristana should be really, really safe and does have quite a bit appeal thanks to her tanky frontline. But the problem again, if this Tristana gets taken down earlier, where does that damage really come from? Especially with the recent Seraphine nerfs. Overall, should be a very interesting game to watch for all of us at home here today on the UCR stream.
Exactly. And we just got done with Champion Select. We're waiting for the delay for about 2 minutes. So I just, again, want to go through, I think, UCR's game plan. So UCR is very much, I would like to say both teams are very team fight oriented, just like the NA meta of always wanting to go in for team fights, not really wanting to go for the 1-through-1 type of pushes. However, they do have that in their back pocket with the Udyr, but I would say the team fight does actually go towards CPP with the Gragas ult into Wukong ult into Vel'Koz ult. This is all looking to shape up really, really fun. So, which characters and which team do you think needs to close out the game really, really early, and which one should look to elongate the whole game? Because I think having the Cho'Gath automatically makes you the scaling monsters, especially with the Tristana. Despite her maybe getting blown up by the Wukong and by the Yone, it doesn't really matter if she's able to peel herself, jump away, and just get out of harm's way and let every tank and Seraphine peel for her, you know?
Yeah, surprisingly, Tristana obviously is going to be the superstar here from UCR, but we look at Cal Poly Pomona, it's actually going to be more on Tacos and Burritos and Zenith, the Wukong and the Gragas to time their engages correctly, especially for Tacos on this Gragas. How his ultimate works, knocks everyone back depending on how it's aimed. And, again, with a composition that's dedicated to picking people off, catching people off by surprise, and being able to come out ahead in individual advantages, Gragas is actually a great pick to be able to catch people off guard. Allows him to be very flexible on how he wants to set up this fight. And with the Yone and Wukong there to help follow him up, it's going to be quite interesting to see how the rest of Cal Pomona really play around with their composition. As Spectre Delay is going to be ticking down, and it's going to be pretty wild to say the least. Chicken Cup, as we're looking at probably standard meta composition from UC Riverside versus Cal Poly Pomona's explosive draft here, looking to play for fun, looking to catch people off guard, looking to style people, and not to mention there's a high risk and high reward. If this comp doesn't really come online, they're going to get outscaled and they're going to be in a lot of trouble when it comes to team fights.
I'm just gonna say this on a side note. Why did League of Legends and Riot think it was okay to have somebody so fat move so much. I actually hate body slam Flash or body slam anything. He's so mobile and so tanky. What were they thinking, man?
Yeah, I
that
have to
and
agree.
that and just so many new characters coming out with the 3-hit passives, with the innate healing, especially with Viego. Them having to nerf Viego on release again because of his healing, because of his crazy numbers and stuff like that. It's just so refreshing to see the bear man whose sole purpose is to go around slapping people, and that's it. That's the character right there. One line of text.
Yeah, Udyr has been waiting his whole life to be introduced back into the meta, but enough of that. We are going to be going into game here. Chicken Cup on the blue side. It is going to be UC Riverside on the red side. It is going to be Cal Poly Pomona. And folks, well, I don't want to call it, but I think I'm right here. It is going to be that Wukong jungle. It is going to be that Gragas top. And I believe it is going to be the Heimerdinger Vel'Koz bottom lane. And something about Cal Poly Pomona, which is, not a lot of people may know, I was a part of Cal Poly Pomona's JV League of Legends program back in 2019 as their manager. And something that Tempest and MacBook Gamer really like to do was have really unique picks that can throw people off. Tempest especially, where he's not taking teleport this game, but he used to really take teleport on every champion and hard carry with this Vel'Koz. But both teams going to be going for invades on opposite sides of the map, really looking to challenge each other level 1, but don't think they are going to be able to run into anyone's here.
Exactly. And actually, fun fact about me on my end, I was actually on the JV team for UC Riverside before ultimately I wanted to go and do other things. I still have all my friends back that are still playing on the A team, because at the
Oh,
moment they're all wanting to only play together. So this is still a representative of UC Riverside. These are all upcoming players replacing our A team that that is leaving this year. But you could see the invades from both teams just a little bit. Red buff being stolen, but they do see it.
yep. That's going to be information given on over to UC Riverside, and some free poke as well here by Tempest124. And that's probably going to mean we're going to be seeing some vertical jungle. You already see Udyr going to be pathing towards the top side of the map. And he's going to go ahead and, yeah, what we're going to be looking at is a pretty standard thing here as, oh geez,
Yeah,
it
you
looks
saw
like
you saw
Wukong
it,
just lost the red buff.
the
Yeah.
red on the Heimerdinger. I didn't want to cut you off. I was like, oh my goodness, I just saw that. But
Oof.
that means that the Heimerdinger has the early power spike. So
Yeah,
yeah, you CPP
let's
baby.
sugarcoat it here. Yeah, this is pretty bad for Cal Poly Pomona. Wukong is a champion that desperately needs that level 2 in order to be able to clear effectively. And now he's going to be so behind compared to Udyr, who's just going to be able to take everything away from the top side of the jungle. When you're playing the Wukong, you want to get that level 3 power spec as soon as possible and be able to get your ganks in and be able to snowball off of there, because you're not exactly the fastest clear in the game, right? Udyr, though, with his ultimate, he's going to be able to apply a lot of pressure on the top side of the map. You already see the wards coming down from Tacos, looking to see, make sure his backside is covered on the tri-bush, but hopefully this red buff does wonders for MacBook Gamer and Tempest, as they're just going to be looking to poke out the competition, and already we're seeing a little bit of damage onto Tristana.
Yeah, this is going to be really hard, in my opinion, for the Tristana, just because they're always wanting to try to go in, having such a beefy tank support like Galio, that it's really safe for both of them to retreat, use their turrets to poke the Tristana, especially because Galio actually can't do anything to push them off.
Gank
But
in the
wow.
bot lane, though. Early damage again coming out from Zenith, looking to get some action in before he takes his Scuttle Crab, but nothing really happening there. No CC to lock down their targets, unfortunately, as a big wave crashes over on the top side of the map here for UC Riverside.
Yeah, we see over here the power spike coming in already. Tristana's still level 2, Galio's still level 2, CPP on the side of level 3, already half HP and getting
that
like
damage.
lower. Galio can't really do anything to protect their ADCs with this. They're more of like a playmaking type of champion, such as Alistar, I believe. So, having a very self-sufficient ADC just means, hey, you take care of yourself. I'm gonna go in to get you kills, but if I can't do that, good luck, have fun, you know?
Right. We're talking about comfort picks. And again, when we're looking at Tempest and MacBook Gamer, these are two of the, at least for those unfamiliar with them in UC Riverside, in Cal Poly Pomona, MacBook Gamer and the Tempest 124, they have some of the most unique picks, I think, in the school at the moment. MacBook Gamer, he's played a lot of Zyra previously in the past, while Tempest has a wide array of support picks to really throw the enemy team off. And it's kind of no surprise here they're already bullying their opponents as this, it's not every day you play against a Heimerdinger Vel'Koz bot lane here. But, all good things will come to an end eventually. There will be a point where Alamode and Louisiana Purchase will be able to kind of come out on top. And so far, this game is going to be going over to the side of UC Riverside, mainly because of that jungle advantage we were looking at earlier in the game, Chicken Cup.
Yeah, exactly. I would say that's their biggest lead right now, and I would really want to see a in-lane gank from the Udyr or some type of thing to happen, just because. Oh wait, actually engage
happening in the bot lane. Ignite's gonna be there. Tempest blowing both summoners, but won't be able to get anywhere. That's gonna be first blood going on over to Alamode, but Zenith gonna be able to trade 1-for-1 so far. MacBook Gamer trying to see if he can get anything, but won't be able to avenge his fallen comrade. That is going to be a 1-for-1 trade in the bot side, but first blood gonna be going on over to the Louisiana Purchase of 2021.
That's actually so huge, just because getting at least a little bit of ahead on that bot lane for Tristana just means that they're going to be snowballing a lot more. But we see the Dragon Sneak coming in, getting spotted by
the greedy. Yeah, Wukong currently does not have any items and is a level under this Udyr, and now that's going to be Dragon started up by the side of UC Riverside. Zenith, though, going to be looking to go in, doesn't have any crowd control to really lock his opponents up, but Yone now going to be coming in with the assist. There's the root, though. Zenith taking a lot of damage, already half HP. Tempest still looking to zone out his opponents. Teleport going to be coming in by the Heimerdinger, looking to join his team here, but Galio now coming on up from the river. Looking really low. Zenith looks to dodge away. Full screen, not going to be in a lot of trouble. Current level 6 going to be able to get that, but Teleport going to be coming in from the choke gap. The Alamode going to be able to get 1 kill. That's going to be 2, and the Seraphine ultimate to lock up 3 kills for UC Riverside. A Dragon take gone horribly wrong because the rest of Cal Poly Pomona are nowhere near as strong as UC Riverside at the moment. They are walking away with a 2K gold lead and the first Dragon of the game.
You saw before that it was being set up. Galio was in position right behind the Wukong, getting so much damage off, especially with Wukong having the Dragon aggro. And even after when they technically caught Tristana out with the Yone ult and the Wukong Q and basic combo, there was no other CPP member there to really capitalize on that, because they were worried about the Seraphine ult, they were worried about the Udyr just going around slapping people. And then we just go back over to top side where both tanks are just slapping each other.
Yep, and unfortunately, we have to really talk about something that I think gave UC Riverside the edge there. It's about those power spikes, right? Yone hitting level 6 does get that super impactful ultimate there, but, he doesn't really have the damage to really back it up. While, Seraphine, with all that utility, she's going to be, set up for success there, as it doesn't really matter if she doesn't have any items. She's going to be hitting that ultimate, and she's going to be able to lock down a majority of the team there when she's in those team fights. And that's ultimately what sealed the deal. Not to mention Zenith taking so much damage and poke from the Seraphine and the Cloud Drake as he was trying to solo it. Just something I didn't really expect Cal Poly to really go for. Really risky either way when they lost, Tempest 124 over from the bot lane, and the ADC was still up for Riverside. So just a really awkward call overall, but we'll have to see if Cal Poly Pomona can really recover from this. Something I do kind of want to know, this puts, this Wukong really behind now. It's just bot side right now. That's going to be the Tristan getting 1 kill, looking for another kill. No stopwatch here for MacBook Gamer so far, but look at those turrets looking to do so much damage. There's the it's the double kill from the damn Heimerdinger as MacBook Gamer is able to turn it around, and that's Cal Poly Pomona coming on top of that 2v2. But meanwhile, match is not done yet. There's the gank in the mid lane. Zenith and full screen trying to get Earlbon, and they're going to be able to get it, and that's the microplays we were talking about, Chicken Cup from Cal Poly Pomona.
That was so clean from MacBook Gamer, and then also from the mid lane, from full screen and Zenith. I would say that full screen
Oh.
isn't actually really losing this matchup against the Seraphine just because he has so much
Oh
damage going
dear.
in and so much trade. But could we see another kill come out for?
Now this is
Oh
looking
no.
really bad here. Looks like I think both full screens have overstayed their welcome. I think Adrenaline was pumping over in that mid lane tower to looking to get plates, but unfortunately that's a level 8 Udyr, extremely fed, and is going for that full AP build actually, with the Lich Bane's second item, so really underestimating his damage there, but still, good news for Cal Poly Pomona, I would say.
And you could look on the screen right now on the minimap that they're going for Rift Herald right now. So that's
Yep.
going to be even more pressure in the mid lane, in the top lane. And I feel like slowly but surely, CPP is just getting phased out. I let's see.
I
There's
wouldn't
not
say it's.
really.
I don't really say it's them getting phased out. It's more or less, they make interesting plays here and there, but at the same time, I think they overstay their welcome here and there. We saw it, with the first split happening in the bot lane where they tried to go for the dragon after, they've already took it so much damage. And we saw it again, over the mid lane Chicken Cup where, they go for the play, they get the kill onto the Seraphine, but again, they overstay their welcome and they get punished for it.
Yeah, and going back to the bot lane right here, we see CPP not giving up MacBook Gamer and Tempest. That's the one thing that I would say actually closed the gap is MacBook Gamer just simply outplaying UCR's bot lane and using his turrets, using the bushes, especially to get out of all those auto attacks from the Tristana. And we see the roam down from Yone clearing out that pink ward. Or is it a red ward? What do you call it?
That is a control ward. So,
Well,
can't
I
really
guess
deviate from the norm.
I guess I'm a boomer that just remembers. Oh yeah, pink wards. Those are invisible.
Gotta
and
save the
confusing.
times, old man. That's what they say these days. But speaking of which, we do see again another
Whoa.
trade in the mid lane. Orobon should be fine. No, gets taken down by the Ignite, and there is the damage discrepancy over in the mid lane because Dione is going to be looking to carry in 1v1, but Orobon not really looking to do much in the mid lane there. Just looking to play a utility role in team fights, but look at the poke coming out from Tempest and MacBook Gamer, almost taking down the Louisiana Purchase on that Galio. They're going to be able to get away scot-free, but they are going to be going to look to take this dragon now, as in the mid lane, full screen going to be a 1-on-1 against this AP Udyr. Not looking good. Going to have to snap back eventually. There's the stun, and there's the Q. That's going to be 4 kills for this Udyr, but pings are going to be going down right now. This dragon's going to get started up. Tristana going to be able to see them as they started. Not too sure if they have the damage to really do anything about it. Alamo so far does only have that Moon Quiver as it over in the mid lane. Udyr is going to be looking to get the plates. It's going to be a mid lane plate exchange for the second dragon of the game there. And Bobo Buggins on his Udyr going to be looking really strong.
Yeah, I just see every single time that we go over to the Udyr, it's just stronger and stronger. It doesn't even have his item yet. But the hard engage coming in, nothing following up from the Tristana just yet. I was gonna say earlier on the dragon play when Tristana did see their whole team just trying to get the dragon, there was actually no mana from Heimerdinger, and I don't think Heimerdinger could really do anything, without any abilities. So I thought maybe he's able to steal it, but again, Wukong's very healthy. The Vel'Koz does so much damage, and we actually see a lane switch from full screened and MacBook Gamer and Tempest.
And something else I kind of do want to talk about as well is, what's happening in the top side. Tacos and Burrito so far hasn't really been able to join any of these fights. He's still going to be stranded on the top lane island. At the end of the day, it's going to be Cho'Gath that's going to be reaping the rewards of that as he continues to scale up and up the longer this game goes. So Tacos and Burritos right now, surely he's looking to make an impact when he's able to do something in these fights, but little does CPP know that's a 3-man bot side. They try to go for the kill. It's a 1-for-2 trade to get the Tristana at what cost? 6-0-1 this Udyr. We see why this pick was nerfed time and time and again, but this time UCR playing the AP variant is going to be super strong looking into the show match.
Oh, I really wanted to see an earlier engage right there,
boy.
but getting blocked by the empowered turret. I think they don't want to take that fight. The TP
Teleport
coming
coming
in
in.
from Cho'Gath, another beefy boy. Do you think they're going to be diving? No.
No, just looking to cancel out the potential turnaround there from Zenith and MacBook Gamer. And that's going to mean, Taco should be able to get some plates over on the top side, but Dark Beast here is going to be over here over in the bot side looking to get some additional farm for himself as well. Again, both these top laners looking to play a more team-fighting role here, but Tempest so far, 1-4-3 on this Vel'Koz hasn't had exactly the best showing here. And, eventually his damage is going to fall off if he doesn't continue to maintain, getting some gold for himself. 3K gold down. UC Riverside right now looking at a very comfortable position, especially when they have, they can play behind their main carry so far, which is going to be the Sudier.
What do you think about the lack of ganks top lane? Just because we've seen so much action in this 15 minutes so far.
Ganks,
whoa, wait a minute.
Louisiana Purchase going to be going on to Tacos there, but won't be able to find anything there for himself. That is going to be the Tristana and Galio looking for the lane swap because that is the Rift Herald spawning quite soon. To answer your question, what is there to gain over the top lane, right? Cho'Gath isn't really your main carry, and so isn't this this Gragas over in the top side. When you're both teams, you want to play around your carries who are currently in the bottom side of the map, right? So that's going to be, that was both teams' main goals so far. And we're seeing who's reaping the rewards. It's this Udyr being able to clean up time and time and again. So many plays happening over the bot side and mid. And look at this. MacBook Gamer going to be in a lot of trouble right now. Technically 2 ultimates there for this Heimerdinger. UC Riverside are looking to run away with this game 1.
What, you don't consider Udyr an ult?
It's not really an ultimate, but it is on that Archie. So technically, yes, it was 3 ultimates.
But getting the first tower, that's going to be pretty big to keep the Udyr as fed as he is. Do you think Udyr falls off?
At this rate, falling off only becomes a problem if there's someone that can outscale you, which would be this Yone. We see in the mid lane making another play onto Urobon at the moment. If full screen can't come online with this Yone, Udyr has nothing to fear at all. However, if for some reason Udyr decides to, give up the shutdown go to this Yone, decides to play a little bit too aggressive, then it becomes a problem for sure. But this Udyr right now does have all the luxury in the world to play as greedy as he wants because, again, there's no risk of being outscaled because you have that insurance policy with the Tristana, with the Seraphine, and with the Cho'Gath here. There isn't really nothing to really fear. But Dark Beast right now in a 2v1 scenario, Tempest going to be looking to cut off his escape as Tacos and Burritos are looking to do some damage. Zenith now going to be looking to join the fight. There is the exhaust, but this is a dead Cho'Gath, or that's what we think as he's now running down the river. No, he's going to get taken down by the Divine Sunderer onto the Wukong right as Dragon spawns. It's currently a 4v5.
I just wanted to talk a little bit about the builds too. What do you think about Yone going Kraken Slayer instead of Shield Bow, actually? That's a very interesting item that I just noticed on the Yone.
When it comes to taking more aggressive trades, the Kraken Slayer doesn't really do that bad of a job here, but speaking of which, we need to see what Fullscreen's able to do. There's the Gragas Barrel, but only going to be able to knock in the Tristana into the team there, but 1 kill going on over to UC Riverside. That's going to be Bobo Buggins, legendary now on this Udyr, while the Dragon is going to get secured by the rest of Cal Poly Pomona. Looks like everyone was not on the same page here. Is now Zenith gonna be in a lot of trouble. Uses the flash, tries to get up, but the Seraphine now looking out of the escape. But the 3-man ultimate for the Yone, looking to wobble combo, shutdown going on to the Yone, double kill for full screen as the rest of Cal Poly Pomona looking to avenge their fallen top laner as Zenith now gets the kill onto the Louisiana Purchase, but that is going to be the chomp there from Dark Beast. Is now Zenith trying to see if he's able to use the Divine Sunderer to get this damn Cho'Gath off the screen. Ace coming out here for Cal Poly Pomona to shorten the goal lead into 2K, as that was a very scrappy fight over on the Dragon.
That was really, really clean. I thought that UC Riverside was gonna get a few kills, get the 2nd-tier turret, and that'll be it. Just allow them to have that Dragon that they already saw Wukong take it and just reset. Don't try to push for anything else because you've already used your ults earlier in the fight, and the people that were fallen before actually already responded. But because they did overstay, and this is one thing that we've been seeing a lot in these collegiate type of teams is overstaying and over team fighting a little bit too much. You don't want to give your enemy any time to reset, and that's what UC Riverside, in my opinion, did wrong. But again, fantastic job on the side of Cal Poly Pomona. Yone finally coming online, getting that mad ult onto the Tristana, doing so much more damage than last time, and was just able to clean house against the Udyr that they've had so much trouble with before.
Yeah, and you know, talking about why we're seeing this Divine Thunder, why we're seeing this Kraken Slayer, the main goal here is to be able to take down the front line as soon as possible here. But Tempest right now in the bot lane is unseen. And is playing Secret Agent here, looking to see if he's able to catch Tristana off by surprise. And Luigi on purchase surprisingly hasn't been able to check the bush here, but now it is going to get revealed, as well as this Udyr now making a visit to the bot lane. This tower is going to be as good as dead unless Cal Poly Pomona decides to respond, but looks like everyone else just reset on the side of Cal Poly Pomona. But at the same time, UCR not going to be going for the tower dive. Instead, they're going to be playing for the bot side camps, where thankfully none of them are up on the side of Zenith's, as he was able to clear everything out.
That was really, really scary. If Zenith accidentally pathed towards the path of UC Riverside trying to counter engage, that would have been
screen
really
looking for the kill on Mode, assassinates him completely and is able to get on out of there. Full screened. It is his show so far. If you're watching Twitch on TV on the full screen or not, doesn't matter. You're stuck watching this world. Yone gonna be able to get another kill there, and looking like the main primary carry player for Cal Poly Pomona.
And you said this before, if UC Riverside just went over for the tower, that would have been a dead tower. That could have been some free gold. That should have been a reset. But MacBook Gamer and Tempest taking the advantage of the rest of the bot lane at UC Riverside roaming to take that tower. But we see a gang in the top lane right here.
Tacos and Burritos now going to be a little bit too far. He tries to use the ultimate, but isn't able to shake off both the Seraphine and the Udyr. That's going to be another kill. Going on to this 9-1-1 Udyr now. So, you're going to be looking at cross-match trades.
Somebody call 911. Shawty's fire burning on the dance floor. Sorry. I just heard that song the other day while I was at Walgreens trying to shop for food. And I'm just like, oh hey, cool. That's an old song. Anyways,
old songs do live forever in memory, but something that isn't really too old is how Cho'Gath works. That he is currently going to be looking to continually scaling on up, getting more HP for himself, and going to be finally taking on this pesky bot turret here. But as we come closer and closer to this bottom fight engage, Dragon's going to be up in 50 seconds here, and it should be a full out 5-on-5. What are you expecting for their Chicken Cup?
I actually don't expect much, just because a lot of the times now that we see fights, UC Riverside very, very good at these scrappy 1v1 type of engages, especially with the Udyr present. But CPP have been clawing their way back with all these team fight oriented fights, especially with Yone getting the fattest ults now, especially with Wukong going in right after that, doing so much damage to the Udyr, so much damage to the Galio because of that Divine Sunder, and we see them pathing over towards Dragon now.
Tempest almost face checking right into Dark Beast, as he is going to be able to get away from that, but will be denied some vision, and that's going to be the 5-stack from UCR, arguably where they're their strongest, while the rest of Cal Poly Pomona trying to position himself, but looking for potentially a sandwich. We have to keep our eyes on full screen. Are they going to be able to get an assassination early? So far, no luck here. The rest of Cal Poly Pomona trying to really get in. It's going to be a poke war, and so far, I think that's something that Tempest wants to take. It is going to be slowly but surely doing some damage onto this Galio, but the Dragon untouched so far. Yone now getting that mid prowl, but look at this Galio gonna be looking against the 2-man taunt. Stopwatch is available for MacBook Gamer, but no one gonna be going down just yet. Tempest gonna be able to get away, and Luigi on in person is gonna be going down. Wukong now gonna be using the ultimate to get on top of Seraphine. Misses the ultimate at full screen, now gonna be looking to go in. Does have the ultimate, but isn't a 1v1 so far. With this Udyr 2v1 now, gonna get shut down, and the rest of Cal Poly Pomona trying to clean up the scrap so far. A 2-for-1 trade overall for this Dragon. Dragon. Tacos and Burritos now going to be looking for Alamo, but doesn't look like he's going to be doing much damage. No, I am incorrect. Tristana not going to be going down as Bubble Buggin's now going to be able to get that kill on a Vel'Koz. 2v3. Dragon is of Zenith going to be going in, but look at that damage from the Udyr. Has to pop the stopwatch. The rest of the team here from Cal Poly Pomona looking to see if they're able to back up their jungle here. Dragon going to get taken down. However, UC Riverside lose the fight overall, and it is going to be a 2-4-4 across the board as the Udyr is the last one living here for UC Riverside. They're going to be looking at a reset, but well done. Now soul point for Cal Poly Pomona.
That was a very good response from CPP, actually, because I think that was a very, very beautiful engage from Louisiana Purchase. Going in, getting their squishies, getting their Heimerdinger and their Gragas, actually, in that initial engage. However, it was the brilliant E from the Heimerdinger, or the grenade, I would say, that actually really stopped the Cho'Gath from getting in. That's Cho'Gath's biggest weakness. He has to build that Hexa Chem Tank to really close the distance, but if you can't move, you can't engage, you know? And then that's just what happened to Louisiana Purchase. Didn't really have any much counter engage go in for him, but you see some more fights coming out in the mid lane.
Oh, mid lane looking really bad for full screen. And again, we're seeing Cal Poly Pomona being a little bit too overextended when they are in a pretty comfortable lead. Gotta remember, Baron is on the table now, 25 minutes in, and you know, I wouldn't be surprised if that was something that UC Riverside tried to go for, especially with this Tristana, you know, slowly but surely getting more and more damage, and this Udyr as well. Although, have to keep in mind, he is relatively squishy compared to most Udyr builds because he is not going classic, you know, Chem Tank into, you know, Dead Man's Plate with Force of Nature. He's just going to go off for AP here, looking to burst people down early, but looking like Baron maybe started here as the rest of UCR are continuing to stall for time. But look at this, that is going to be the Wukong now going in as the Galio hasn't been able to lock anyone down just as Zenith now going to be looking for one kill. There's the ultimate down for Galio, but that could be his death sentence here. But Tristana looking to turn it around, double kill for Zenith. The early game from this man doesn't matter, but here comes the Udyr. Could this be a jungle difference? Yes, it is. Shutdown coming out here from the Udyr, and a delayed triple kill is going to be actually a double kill. A 2-4-3 overall over on the top side of the map as Tacos and Burritos and Darkbeast weren't able to join, but now Bubble Big is looking to see if he's going to be able to take this fight here as the Yone is going to be able to get one kill. Looking for the second, there's Ignite onto the Udyr. Shut again. Full screen going to be able to clean up the mess here as Darkbeast now going to be out by himself. Chemtank going to be popped by this Gragas, and there is the stun. Yone going to be looking for that mid prowl, doesn't want to get devoured by the beast known as Cho'Gath, but now going to be on his way. There's the full HP. Dark Beast could be a dead man quite soon, or a dead dinosaur. He's going to be going extinct. Full screen again, spawns, gets some kills for himself after making a misplay, and the rest of Cal Poly Pomona still hanging in there, doesn't get the gold lead just yet, but still shrinking the gold lead as much as they can.
That was fantastic, though, however, from Udyr to really capitalize their cutout support ADC, I guess, bot lane, and their Wukong. But again, full screen capitalizing on Udyr being so low already after that fight. And again, the weakness of AP Udyr, you still have to wait those 4 seconds before changing back into your Phoenix stance to do so much damage. This could
be a fight here. The rest of UCR looking to go in. MacBook Gamer got to be in a lot of trouble right now, but there's a stopwatch there from the Heimerdinger. Tristana, you're not an assassin. What are you doing? And the rest of UCR now going to be losing 2 members here. Orobon maybe looking to get chased down, but that is going to be 5 members strong here. Finally, Cal Poly Pomona getting the gold lead for themselves, and I thought personally they weren't able to come back into this game, but I'm damn wrong. It took them 27 minutes to finally be able to have some sort of a temple lead here, and now they're looking to see if they can push down the base here of UC Riverside.
I would say CPP should definitely be careful because, again, Udyr is still 12-2. He still has 4 items, building his 5th item. And in my opinion, I feel like they should fear the Tristana the most, despite that misplay trying to go out after the Heimerdinger having the stopwatch. Tristana and any ADC having 3 to 4 items becomes like a very, very devastating champion. Anywhere before having 3 items, not a champion at all, in my opinion, you know?
Oh.
But something's happening.
Zenith, again, trying to, you know, fight with the Beast, as Dark Beast not going to be able to get too much damage here, but Dark full screen looking to assassinate his skill once again, but should be able to pour on back. But no, Dark Beast now going to be looking like he's the one caught out. It's all about the picks, and Teleport's not going to be coming in. That's going to be the taunt onto the Gragas, and MacBook Gamer taking so much damage. Seraphino going to be able to get 4 people in, but won't be able to do so much so far. The rest of Cowboy Bono looking to run down their opponents as Udyr is unable to join the fight at all, but Outlaw mode trying to see if he's able to get some revenge kills, but won't be able to. That should be Dragon Soul going over to Cowboy Pomona, as again, they play for picks, they play to catch people off by surprise, and they're going to be walking away with this Dragon, Infernal Dragon buff now, as they get stronger and stronger, as full screen on this Yone, as well as Zenith after that abysmal early game. Big match to catch back up with the rest of the crew.
That was something. I saw the 4-man ult from Seraphine, and I was just waiting for that Tristana damage to come in. But again, Tristana being so far behind due to all the pressure from the Yone, able to instantly blow her up, having all these assassins just instantly jump on her. I feel like she needed to build a shield bow, actually, instead of having this Gale Force, or even if she knew she was gonna die, have as much damage as possible with the Kraken Slayer. But another fight coming.
Yep, looks like right now UCR looking to catch out Tempest and Tacos and Burritos, but look at this, full screen now being trying to go in, but won't be able to get anyone. And again, there's Cowboy Bona. Maybe it'll be a little bit too greedy, but MacBook Gamer now is going to be joined the fight as well. Was full screen there. 3-man ultimate there from Zenith, looking to turn things around there, but the Seraphine ultimate is going to be looking to stop full screen for a little bit longer. Full screen now looking to see if he can get back in here. Double stopwatch from the Udyr and the Heimerdinger, but the Heimerdinger is going to be the one to go all mode now, trying to go in, but maybe is this more than he could shoot? No, that's going to be the AP Udyr burst coming out from Bubble, and UCR going to be able to turn this one around. Let's see how much damage you can do to the base of Cowboy Pomona.
That was really, really fantastic on the side of UCR. Able to catch out and very much avoid and survive the Wukong ult, the Yone ult, and especially just burst down Heimerdinger before he could actually get online, because Heimerdinger does so much dot, especially with that Leandries. And we actually see a kill coming out from Tristana right here also.
Oh, Tempest maybe a little bit too greedy again, and again, that's the weakness here for Cal Poly Pomona. They know how to surprise their opponents, they know how to go far, but sometimes they don't know when to maybe take a little bit of a step back and not play as greedy. As now they're going to be losing the inhibitor, the first inhibitor of the game here. And look at the objectives as well. They still have 3 turrets in the top side they could easily take for themselves if they wanted to, but again, they continue to do the same thing over and over again. Go down the mid lane, play for the neutral objective, see if they can beat the fight. But if they can, again, play as the unit again, look to catch someone out and surprise UCR one more time, maybe they can find the graspings again. But this time UCR should have a little bit of a tempo lead, especially now. You were talking about it earlier, Chicken Cup. We're looking at 3 items for this Tristan. She's going to be a problem if you don't deal with her in time, and she does have the front line to back her up.
Exactly, and I just feel like CPP really have to do something extremely different than just look for fights. They need to look for fights near the top lane, like you said before, and just stop playing around this bot side. I've mentioned this before, like we've mainly seen bot side fights, nothing really happening in the top lane at all, and because of that...
Galio gonna get caught out here, but full screen just not able to take him out. This Galio is a little bit too tanky now, especially with the Seraphine nearby able to help him out. That's going to be, again, another attempt to pick here, but full screen now at half HP. Going to have to back on out. And again, yeah, you were talking about it. Why not play for the top side? It's the easiest objective on the map so far, and it's the least risk, gives you that free gold, and maybe can bait UCR into those fights. But, you know, Cal Poly Pomona, I guess they're adamant to playing ARAM here, as, you know, these guys just looking to make a statement here. As Baron is going to be up in 40 seconds here, Chicken Cup.
I think we're going to be seeing a Baron fight right now. You see the words coming out from UCR, but full screen trying to look for something.
Galio trying to get an E onto anyone, but slowed by Tempest. Going to be slowed down for a little bit longer. And now it's going to be a poke or 2-man knockout. Going to be coming out from Yone, but won't be able to have any follow-ups here. Zenith also looking for an entryway, as he does have that GA now. Baron going to be up in about 20 seconds with Dark Beast now. Maybe a little bit caught out, but no, he is going to be safe here, as the rest of UCR now going to go in. No, Zenith is going to be the one going in so far. There There's the Sterax, but he's going to be popping the ultimate, but won't be up for so long as the rest of Cal Poly Pomona are right now split up. Darky's going to be the first one to fall. Zenith going to be looking at the back line here. Gets the Tristana! Where did this damage come from this monkey? As the rest of Cal Poly Pomona now looking to chase now and help out their friend Zenith. Still living with a sliver HP, but a flash forward from Active Gamer isn't really going to be enough to save his life. But the rest of Cal Poly Pomona right now going to be looking to death ball here and finally get a kill onto this Galio. Udyr's still going to be the only one alive, but the rest of Cal Poly Pomona, they're looking to get the game.
You actually saw that Yone did such a good job just kiting Udyr, trying to get him off the team, just because he knew if Udyr were to get in and just use his Phoenix Dance just once in the middle of that team, that was going to be done. But you saw the fantastic engage coming in from Wukong, barely getting the kill from Tristana, and it was just super, super hard because UCR now has to worry about the elongated team fights with this Guardian Angel.
Yup, and now, that's going to be the Cho'Gath teleport here, and full screen maybe just getting a free kill for himself. Missing the ultimate, though, but now Udyr maybe in a little bit of a bad spot, but won't be able to follow up any more damage here. Taka's Burrito is not going to be in a lot of trouble here, as Stopwatch is going to be popped here, and Tristana going to be looking for the kill, but no, Udyr's going to be taken down. Double kill from full screen as they were taken in the off screen here, and full screen going to be looking to get one more kill onto Orobon, but won't be able to finish the job here. Teleport now going to be coming in from the rest of Cal Poly Pomona. This is their time to end the game. I don't think Orobon and the Louisiana Purchase is going to be able to defend this one. 4 people strong. Zenith also on his way onto the mid lane here, but after a back and forth strong early game from UC Riverside, Cal Poly Pomona managing to maybe like to take this one back. Full screen now going to be really low, but pops to GA. Nexus now wide open. Both turrets going to be down here as full screen going to be looking to heal up. Legion of Purchase going for the last resort play, but no, that's going to be game here. Cal Poly Pomona going to be able to take game 1 here in the UCR CPP show match.
That was intense. It could have gone either way. Both teams super, super close on trying to just play the game with their extremely, extremely prevalent team comps, I would say. And overall, I think it was just, super, super cool. Just watching Udyr go around, do so much around the map. I really like seeing Yone scaling up finally and to that point. And I really thought that it could have gone either way. If they let that Tristana just do her damage, just let the Tristana just kind of, play around a little bit more, they definitely could have won those team fights. I just feel like UCR, they just lacked a bit of those team fight coordination that CPP was able to take advantage of and just peel off all their carries,
Yeah, at the end of the day, Udyr does struggle a bit to get into, the team fights, as he had, he spent the whole entire game just being zoned away by Zenith and full screen, who eventually, caught back with the rest of the team and were able to make a big impact, making sure Alamone is never able to get any damage done in these team fights. And, as we are looking to game 2, the standard strategy, the strong composition here from UCR, unfortunately not really working against this wacky strategy here from Cal Poly Pomona, really surprising their opponents, playing a lot of their comfort picks and a lot of unorthodox strategies. And at the end of the day, they were able to kind of just play their game, play a little chaotic, and really drag UCR to their play style and come out on top in Chicken Cup as they're heading to game 2. A lot of exciting things heading up here, but anything else that the audience should be looking out for?
Maybe let's see. Oh wait, I know what we could do. Let's tell everybody about our giveaways that we're doing. Thank you again to CPP and Corsair for, being in line with UCR, helping us with this whole event. I just wanted to give a shout out to everybody on the team that was able to make this event happen. And who do you think actually was the most influential character in this whole game? Do you think it was the Udyr or do you think it was the Yone? Because we could use one of those characters as the key word for the giveaways.
Here, unfortunately, Udyr wasn't the winner here. So, unfortunately, to all our UCR fans, I think we should be going with codename Yone here.
All right, so just type in the keyword Yone, that's Yone, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. And we will be giving out 4 $25 RP cards and a Corsair mouse. That will be a M65 RGB Elite Turntable FPS Gaming Mouse Black.
Man, I can't really wait to see who's going to be able to walk away with that M65 RGB Elite tunable FPS gaming mouse black from Corsair. Should be really interesting, especially with the $25 RP. You could get yourself a nice little skin for yourself. Battle Academy skins probably going to be coming out next patch, I think. There are the B ones, though. Someone caught me that Malzahar B skin, so that'd be
Yep.
nice.
And I was going to say also, we're going to be doing this giveaway while we run a quick uh, 2 ads, actually. So if our producer could take it away, that would be fantastic. You guys have until the end of our 2 ads. Okay, and I believe that is some fantastic sponsored messages from Corsair, and we'll be getting into the rolling very, very soon. Again, just as a reminder, it is Yone, so please type in Yone.
You guys like Yone? I like
I
Yone.
I love Yone.
Yo, Yonene. I think that's uh, Yone is not pronounced Yoni or Y1.
Dude, when when Riot announced Yone as Yasuo's brother, I'm just like, please don't make it Yasuo too. And then what do?
It is a Yasuo
They
too. I
won
mean,
Yasuo
what
too.
do you expect? It's his brother, my dude. He's got to be well. Either way, we are currently rolling the winners for the giveaway here. Uh, you
Oh,
know this
is
better than I do, Chicken Cup, but yeah, there was a giveaway.
why yes there is. And if you paid attention to the bot is actually a lucky individual named Elite J7. I
Congratulations, Elite J7.
good job, good job. You won the $25 Riot card.
Riot gift card, yes. RP, Riot points. You know, my store's open. You can go ahead and get skins from that right now with that RP.
If you want another shout out, I think I'm here for some gifts on the skins. Speaking of skins, what do you think about the new B skins?
I love them. Someone gifted me the Malzahar B skin. I actually don't play League of Legends anymore though. I've been playing mainly Legends of Runeterra. That's where the money is, man. That's where the magic happens. Um, it's pretty great.
Yeah, exactly. So um I feel like just having the skins means that you're gonna automatically win, you know? That's it. Skins means wins.
Well, speaking of winners, we are continuing to see the winners in the chat so far. Congratulations to, I believe, um, okay, I'm seeing the chat right now. I'm seeing the message get buried. Okay, so we got Evil Cheese
Bandwagon.
1 to 3, Tacos and Burr. That's rigged.
Wait a minute, that's
That's
the
so
dude
rigged, man.
that just
Bandwagon X and Snail Brain. Those are 4 remaining winners, I believe. So yeah,
Yes, I've so we have so we have Elite, Evil Cheese, Tacos and Burr and Bandwagon. So we need one more roll, and that one roll will be
Snail Brain.
those are all the what's it called? Those are all the $25 gift cards. And actually the how do you pronounce AAS uh, a snail
Snail
brain.
Brain.
A snail brain
A
is your
Snail Brain.
winner for the first mouse. Please remember to go into our Discord, email us at Highlander at UCR at gmail.com, I believe. Let me see if I could. Yeah, hlg.ucr at gmail.com with your name, your address, and most importantly, your summoner name and Discord ID so we could get those squared away to you guys. So, again, a snail brain has won the RGB Elite Mice, and
Gotta
everybody
say the
else won
whole
a
thing, man.
25. Yeah, everybody else won a $25 Riot gift card. But yeah, tacos and burritos is playing. That's a kind of
That's
troll.
great. I mean, now that's you guys sliding in the PayPal and be like, hey man, games 2 and 3, know what to do, man.
uh
Totally not implying anything at all, but you know.
anyways, so what do you think about this next game coming up? Because I feel like they're getting set up right now. Our broadcaster's trying to get in a game with them. But what do you think that UCR should do to improve and actually win? Because I thought that UCR was going to win until the death ball phase that CPP just, did.
Just play better, honestly. I think
Oh,
there are
wait
a
a
lot
minute.
of
Come on, they were good. They were good.
I think a lot of poor macro decisions were made by both teams, right? When you generally get a kill, you generally want to, follow it up by being asking yourself the next question, like, what is on the map that we can availably take? But I think there was a whole lot of, I need a 1v1 this guy instead of, being able to protect like what really mattered, which is making this Tristana catch up with everyone. Udyr being ahead was great, but that's the early and mid game, and in the late game, he becomes a squishy AP nuke champion that's melee with no mobility, with very little mobility, very little blinks. Right, he does have the move speed, sure, but it's very easy to if he's in your face and he's 1v1 against Yone, who's at 6 items or 3 items, he's gonna have a lot of trouble. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see on how I guess UCR kind of adapt to now seeing how Cal Poly Pomona play. Well, Cal Poly Pomona, I think they also need to do the same thing. I'm telling, just play better, man. Why are we running down mid where top lane has like 3 towers available, Chicken Cup? Like, why are we just like constantly running it down to try to fight when we don't have to fight at all? You know,
Exactly. Plus, on top of that, I feel like Heimerdinger actually did a lot that game, I'd say. Heimerdinger wasn't like the, oh, I will insta kill you with all my AP type of dude. He's kind of just like a, hey, I will throw my grenade and a lot of damage will happen to you, you know?
Mhm.
I feel like it's so good for Heimerdinger to just kind of disengage the fight, just throw out the what's it called, the grenade, especially to stop Cho'Gath and everything. And
Ooh,
I believe we're actually skipping the pro draft and going straight into champion select.
yep.
Ooh,
It looks
tournament
like we
draft
are.
time.
Yeah, it looks like
Tur-
we are doing this unless like pro draft was already happening. My guess is that pro draft already happened. And this is now them moving on from that. So yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate. But I don't know if you guys can see on the screen right now. Currently we're in the in-game draft, and I believe both these teams already. Yeah, I think they're just spelling something out.
Yeah, I
I
think
can't tell.
they already like
They
know who
already
they're
did the
gonna be.
draft,
Yeah,
so
they
we're
already did their draft, so we're just gonna be having to wait for them to get back into the game.
yep. And we are going to be seeing these picks locked in. We can't really talk about the pick order, unfortunately, but something I could kind of want to bring out as we are getting the matchups seen. We're seeing the one tricks kind of get their picks over the top lane. Tacos and Burritos is a notorious in Cal Poly Pomona for playing a lot of Singed, and he's going to be playing against Dark Beast, who's had a really good track record so far on this Garen. MacBook Gamer now going to be getting his hands on that Rammus, which was banned away from last game, and Viego going to make an appearance in the mid lane against the LeBlanc. Viego has been disabled for 2 patches so far in the LCS. He hasn't really seen a lot of gameplay just yet. But so far, its top side is quite balanced here for Cal Poly Pomona, while the top side for UCR is pretty volatile, but very snowbally. If they're going to be able to, get this Lee Sin with some early ganks, could be a lot of trouble for this Rammus, who does take a while to be able to scale up and, catch up with the rest of his team.
Dog, I'm gonna just say it right now. Stridebreaker Garen, I hate that build. That build is so good, man. It's actually busted.
Yeah, definitely something I definitely wouldn't want to play against either. But as we are seeing picks kind of round out, Jinx going to be locked in here for Zenith, and Tempest going to be playing the Rakan. And to finally round things out here for UCR, they're going to be going with a full AP bottom side of the map here with the Seraphine Yumi, meaning the only form of attack damage comes from the Lee Sin and Garen. I think that is because this Ram is probably locked in early, and the rest of UCR is like, screw that. We're not playing AD champions into Rammus, even though they already locked in Lee Sin and Garen. So it's kind of a struggle. Anyways, talking about these picks, I kind of want to kind of point our fingers here at Jinx, who has been slowly getting back into the meta after her whole slew of buffs. She has seen some play times here and there over in the LCS. I don't think she's as popular in the Asian or Eastern regions, however, but she is, a more reliable carry now. Has gotten that range buffs here and there. Her utility has been improved here and there as well, and she does have a good amount of frontline to be able to block her out. But the biggest thing we currently do see from Cal Poly Pomona is that this is a resemblance of kind of a standard composition, but this isn't really a protect the Jinx. It's more of the style of the game one, where all these champions are looking to outplay you individually, while top-heavy draft here from the side of UCR. Riverside this time they're going to be looking for that double AP bot lane, looking to poke out this Jinx and Rakan, playing a little bit safe, while this Lee Sin's probably going to be looking to get this LeBlanc or Garen ahead. And they're going to be on a timer this time because where does the damage come from in the mid to late game? It's mainly going to be that LeBlanc, but she needs to get ahead first.
And this is really interesting because last game we saw Tempest and MacBook go bot lane, but now that they're back to their relative roles, having that Rammus online now, I think that's one of the main fears that UCR actually has against that Rammus is they really don't want to have their ADC go against a Rammus doing so much damage and just soaking up all their damage, you know? So I feel like having Dark Beast on the Garen, on the Stridebreaker Garen, especially getting ahead of the Singe, is something that UCR should really, really look forward to. And again, Viego, I don't know. Viego's just really weird. He's like a really good bully champion. He's kind of like Renekton 2.0, in my opinion, having that very
Yeah.
large stun, very huge damage coming out, especially after he gets Kraken Slayer. And Alamode on the Seraphine with Luigi and a purchase on the uh on the cat. It's gonna be very annoying bot lane, I'd say.
Yep. Last game, Cal Poly Pomona had the annoying bot lane with the Vel'Koz Heimerdinger, but this time it's going to be Alamo and Louisiana Purchase, do kind of the same thing that Cal Poly Pomona did last game, just going for a poke heavy bot lane, looking to play really, really safe and making a pain for this Rakan to really go in. And in terms of, Viego having similarities to Renekton, I'm not really seeing it too much. But if there's one thing I'll definitely say is that Viego doesn't really have a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Doesn't have a lot of statistics, right? He doesn't really have a lot of success so far because he's been disabled for the past few patches competitively. No region has been able to pick him up just yet. So I'm going to be really interested in how solo lane Viego has done. He got nerfed in 11.4. His solo lane capabilities is a lot weaker. Was relatively untouched, or was a little bit nerfed at 11.5 as well. So really have to see how he does against LeBlanc. Is so relatively squishy. Is going to be able to get that early MR item unless he rushes that Merc Shreds. I would expect him to struggle a little bit against LeBlanc here, but we'll see how the full screen does. Is he had a fantastic performance on the Yone last game. I wonder if it's going to translate to this game as well.
I feel like he's really going to be struggling, not because of possibly the skill differential, but because of the matchup. I feel like Viego, no matter how well you play him, you're gonna get stuffed out by LeBlanc because LeBlanc's whole thing is QW, you're dead. Like I feel like it's going to be very, very hard for full screen to actually do anything against Urobron. And especially it's really easy to build against this team. Just build a bunch of a bunch of AD protection for Garen, and they can't really touch you. Yeah, Singe does dot, but what good is that going to do? It's going to do the same amount of damage as if you're just really squishy. Other than that, I feel like Cal Poly Pomona's team is very.
You can
I'm
say
not
it. Come
sure.
on.
It's weird. It's weird. Okay, I don't know. They have two tanks in the Singe just running around, and the Ram is just running at people. Viego always trying to go in. Jake staying in the back line. Rakan again, kind of more team fighting, go in, and then UC Riverside having a little bit more of a distinctive team comp of Garen split pushing / coming in from the sidelines. Lee Sin setting up the initiates, and of course, the cat and Seraphine, keeping everybody alive.
Yep, we are going to have to see on how both these teams kind of perform here. And, as we are going to be heading into the early game so far, looks like Cal Poly Pomona, they want to invade. They are going to get seen, however. Yep, walking into full view here. W start, that's going to be the start. Wow, they go super hard into Dark Beast. That's already two summoners here. And Tacos and Burritos actually, I think, started with his Q. So that's a little bit troll there, but overall, they do blow the flash with this Garen, and that does mean, could have some doctor appointments over on the top side here if you are this Rammus.
Dude, I I hate Zenith. Please remake I started E because I wanted to try to kill the person that got caught out. Homie, come on, you can't be typing that.
Well, either way, Cal Poly Pomona, we saw how they did a while back. They are going to get spotted out. Ward's going to be placed over on the top side. And it will give the information that Rammus is going to go ahead and start his blue. And that will mean he is probably just going to be pathing toward his bot side instead. Maybe look to get something set up for this Jinx here. 2-man knockup, however. And a really good trade here by Zenith and Alamo. Ignite already going down. Eastern, not the worst thing in the world, apparently.
That was so much damage. They weren't aware of the Rakan at all, getting so much damage on that trade. Yuumi, very, very scary right now to, detach from Seraphine. I wouldn't do that right now if I was the Yuumi. I would always just stay attached onto your carry, make sure to get that poke with the Q, and the only time you should really be doing this is getting that mana. But again, the Rakan could really just catch you out, starting the W first, starting with the grand entrance.
Doesn't have to ignite anymore, unfortunately, nor does he have the flash after blowing it over in the top side of the map here. So we'll have to really see how that really translates for Cal Poly Pomona. But Riverside so far, they do have an advantage, and that is going to be mainly over in the top side of the map. But meanwhile, this bot side, still Tempest again, another amazing knockup there with his W, his Rakan looking really solid. But on the top side of the map, we're seeing the LeBlanc, we're seeing the Garen. They have quite a bit of advantage so far when it comes to CS.
Yeah, you can see right now that UC Riverside was winning that trade really, really early, but again, you have to play very differently if you're going to go a mage bot lane versus a traditional ADC. You can't really go all in on an ADC like a Tristana, You have to hit them with your EQ, and that's it. That's your whole trade. That's your all in per se. You don't have any consistent damage, so I would just be looking out for, hey, Seraphine, just hit them with your Q. That's fine. Yuumi, hit them with your Q. They can't really do anything because I believe that poke beats bursts in this rock, paper, scissors. But we move on to mid lane.
Ooh, full screen right now, getting a really good trade here. But there's the Lee Sin. Looking to see if he's able to get anything. Will be able to get the first blood, but now MacBook Gamer is going to be here along with the Rakan, but won't be able to avenge Diego with his aggressive trade over in the mid lane there. But there's the taunt. Global Big is maybe in a little bit of trouble. The teleport now going to be coming out from the Viego. Q should be up soon for the Rammus. W is, or E is going to miss there from the LeBlanc, however, but nothing really too crazy going to be happening here over on the mid lane. As, we are currently looking at the options screen. It is on our screen, and then it's gone.
hey, options need love too. So
yeah, we need options.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody gave anything for. I would say Viego lost so much in that trade, even though.
Dark Beast right now doesn't have the flash, and a 3v1 is going to get ran down by the side of Tacos and Burritos and full screen. One more should be able to do it, and is going to be able to take care of him. Full screen now going to be doing his best Garen cosplay over top. But Lee Sin going to be late to the party. Unfortunately, won't be able to help out its top lane. And plus, there is no teleports, so now this Lee Sin is going to go ahead and get basically 2 waves of EXP. Should be able to give him kind of a massive lead here, but will hurt this Garen at the end of the day.
Not gonna lie, that Garen skin actually really cool. When Viego turned into Garen when he took his skin, I thought it was just a very cool look for a ghost wolf juggernaut bruiser that could kill you in one shot later in the game, I would say.
Yeah, we'll have to really see where this Garen goes ahead and itemizes, but we're seeing quite a history book of a top lane here as, full screen now again with another pretty good trade here onto Urobon, but has to be careful of, taking a little bit too much damage. There is a nullifying orb to help him out a little bit as MacBook Gamer trying to see if he's able to do something mid lane, but I don't think he's going to be able to get much. But look at this. Yuumi now going to be...
Oh, no.
Herself, Yuumi. Luigi on purchase. Gonna be in a lot of trouble, but does have the Seraphine to protect her, and that is going to be the flash for heal trade over in the bot lane. And again, this Yuumi just at the wrong place at the wrong time as mid lane. Another trade going to be going on over to the side of Urobot.
I think Orban is playing this lane fantastic. Every time Diego does go in, even just a little bit, he knows that he could get out of harm's way and have a lot more sustain. Having Corrupting Bot W, but the gank.
This is looking really bad. Zenith played a little bit too aggressively, but Teleport now going to be coming in for the Singed here, as Alamo going to be able to not be able to get on out of there, and the Teleport from Tacos and Burritos, that's going to be Bubble, going to be able to get one. Here's now looking to get chased down by Tacos here. Bubble may not be as long for this road. We'll get poisoned and chased down, take it down eventually. Teleport now going to be coming in for Alamo to soak up that EXP, but a 2-for-1 trade happening on the bot side, while Garen gets much needed EXP over on the top side of the map.
Did you see how smart that play was from the Yuumi? Right after both of them got engaged, it was either, okay, both of us could either die here after they kill you, or I could instantly disengage, split off, and then split up the team. Because I'm pretty sure that they could just run down one person at a time, but Yuumi actually living in that situation. Very good awareness when to get out of the way.
Fight happening over in the bottom side, however, I think this might be a little bit too much for Full Screen. No, gets the ultimate ignite, not gonna matter. And Full Screen gets the 1v1 over Dark Beast, who is now 0-2. Unfortunate.
I really thought that Garen would have won that if he were to sidestep that. What is it? The execute that Diego
His
has?
ultimate? I mean, kind of hard to do that, right? When it's a giant circle, and you don't really have a lot of time to react. I think Dark Beast just needs to probably blow his ult a little bit early to dissuade Full Screen's trade here, but now Full Screen again gonna be trading the mid lane. This time gonna get rooted up, and this LeBlanc not gonna be like the Garen here, not looking to repeat the same mistake he did. And Full Screen, I think, just got bullied out of that of that mid lane.
Again, like, I am a little bit more biased towards mid lane because I'm a mid laner myself, and I just really feel like this LeBlanc is putting in so much work against Viego, not allowing him to get anything in lane, and Viego really just has to go roam and to top lane to really do a lot of his damage and a lot of his scaling. But besides mid lane, I feel like jungling right now, very, very impactful. You see the Lee Sin come in almost every single fight on time, or, you know, even earlier to set everything up for all of his carries. Despite UCR losing a majority of these fights already, it's still very, very close.
But look at this right now. Lee Sin gonna be a caught out here. There's the combo again, but I think the target allocation's all over the place. MacBook Gamer trying to go on to this Seraphine, but is all by himself. And UCR now gonna be looking to trade here as Cowboy Pomona were disjointed all over the place, not on the same page. They failed the test, and they get 3-0. You fail, Cowboy Pomona, because they were not able to get that target selection down.
Dude, that was so good from UCR to really get out of the way. Even though it was mainly, I would say, the fault of CPP of not gunning down the Lee Sin fast enough, or even targeting him at all after he got rooted by the Grand Entrance and by the Flame Chompers. It was just really, really good, again, on UC Riverside to take advantage of that and just turn the fight around with the Yuumi, with the Seraphine ult especially, but we see stuff in Baron.
Yep, right now, full screen is a little bit too low here. I don't know if this is a good idea if you're on the side of Cal Poly Pomona. This might be a little bit too greedy, and this is going to get stolen. No, full screen's going to be able to get it, and Tacos and Burritos will be able to walk away with the Rift Herald buff for himself. But Cal Poly Pomona, again, I really feel like they're going on to the same pattern they were last game, making too many crucial mistakes in the early game, and now they're going to be forced to play from behind. In order to really get this win here, they're going to have to catch their opponents out by surprise.
I feel like UC Riverside's adaptability is very, very good, and they're going to be really looking out for them trying to do this again. And unlike before, where the mid laner wasn't really scaling too much just because they were getting out poked, this time around, full screen isn't pushing his advantage too well, because actually LeBlanc is just super scary to go up against. In the Yone versus Seraphine game, Yone is just able to run down somebody because, you know, He has the shield. He has the I'm actually not right here
Oh,
type of thing. But
another trade in the bot lane so far, but the exhaust is going to negate a lot of the damage from Zenith, and unfortunately will not result to anything. There's just too much sustain right now on this Yuumi Seraphine bot lane. Not really too sure if it's even worth trying to go for these bot lane fights anymore, as you know, they're just going to be able to steadily farm under tower over in the bot lane, and Alamo doesn't really have that much of a stressful job this time. Doesn't really need to be looking to do that much damage here, as in the mid lane. You know, this LeBlanc being able to match this Viego is going to be super huge for UCR, you know, towards this mid game as we approach first item power spikes slowly but surely.
I was gonna say earlier, you saw how the
flash from Zenith to dodge to ultimate, misses the W here, as there is the Lee Sin, an unfortunate kick there. Zenith now going to get connected to the team, but now full screen going to be coming in for the support there. But Bubble Big is going to be able to get 1 kill for himself, maybe looking for 2, but he does have that Yuumi equipped with him as full screen. I think, again, target selection not really too ideal, not really too sure if this is a fight that CPP wants to take in, and that's going to be Zenith immediately being taken down there, and there is the LeBlanc making her appearance over in the bot lane there. And Cal Poly Pomona, again, they go for a trade, but get punished by the side of UCR, and UCR now going to be looking at a 3K gold lead, looking to see if they can, you know, maybe close this game out compared to last game, but full screen now, looking for the kill onto Alamo. There's a lot of sustain. Again, it's a Yuumi Seraphine, and full screen just not going to be able to secure the deal here. Tempest maybe to look at go in, but shouldn't really be looking to fight. But Lee Sin with the Eclipse, going to be able to take down full screen, and again, just like last game, we're seeing the side of Cal Poly Pomona falter because they're making a little bit too many aggressive plays, and the side of UCR reap the rewards.
So many really good cues out from Lee Sin. You saw earlier for the beginning kills that the Jinx was able to dodge out of the way of the Sonic Strike. However, connecting to that Rakan, he was able to instantly think, oh, hey, I could just kick the Jinx back instead. It was my main objective anyways. And again, going back to this Yuumi Seraphine bot lane, so much sustain. They're able to survive all this burst coming up from Jinx because, A, Jinx doesn't have a lot of damage just because, again, it's early. You have the Noon Quiver that, you know, really doesn't do anything besides help you CS, and having double heals from Yuumi Seraphine's abilities, plus a heal and an exhaust on summoners for Yuumi. Very, very hard to take trades at all. So I would say, hey, steer clear of trading with the Seraphine Yuumi and just focus on farming under tower, even if they push up that much, because mages have the big, big disadvantage of being immobile and being easily gankable.
Oh, but speaking of being gankable, Orobot maybe in a little bit of trouble, does have a second W, however, thanks to her ultimate, and should be able to get on out of there. And full screened again, still having a lot of trouble against this LeBlanc, as you know, Orobot so far 4-0, just doing wonders in this mid lane. And you know, it's going to be a tough cookie to crack here if you're on the side of Cal Poly Pomona, because UCR, where do you go from here? Because everyone's so strong, they have so much utility. Full screen now going to get caught out looking for, again, another aggressive play, and Orobot able to pick up the kill for himself.
Okay, when I said mages were easily gankable, all mages except for LeBlanc, okay? That character's just an assassin that is ranged, let's be honest here. But going back to his bottom lane, I really wonder what Tempest is going to do. Is Tempest going to engage again? Because they don't know where the mid lane is. They don't know where the Lee Sin is. And especially if they do go in, the same thing could happen again just 2 fights earlier. Ooh, TP coming in from the
fight going to be coming out here for UCR, but Cal Poly Pomona looking to dogpile on top of the Seraphine here. It is going to be able to take her out, but at the cost of 2 of their members. UCR, this time they're looking a lot more coherent as a unit. They're getting those good fights when they want to, and Cal Poly Pomona just doesn't seem to have the damage or the sustain to be able to come out on top of these fights. A full screen, getting get 1v1 by this Garen. This is not looking good at all, Chicken Cup. UCR fans, if you're watching this stream right now, you might be looking at that game 3.
Not gonna lie, I just saw that fight that just happened earlier. Everybody just blew up. I'm just like, what just happened? I didn't even see abilities go out and I'm pretty sure all of them got used instantly. And even seeing Dark Beast 1v1 full screen up there, that was very, very, surprising, just because having that Gore Drinker, having that out sustained damage and more burst damage than the Garen should mean like, oh yeah, you're going to die. But at the same time, Garen's such a bully. He has that Conquer that, gives him so much more lifesteal, damage, and movement speed. Just everything. They just give Garen everything with Conquer, man.
Yeah, and as this game continues, this time Alamo doesn't have the pressure to have to carry the game, and because he is going to be playing that utility carry, which is going to be that Yuumi Seraphine, while the LeBlanc just chunks full screen for all of his HP. This is just a tough team for Cal Poly to play against, because there's just so many ways for UCR to continue to outstate these fights. And Bubble Biggins,
oh man, the Guardian
a little bit, but almost getting the kill onto the Rakan. A for effort, man. Really great try. But unfortunately, I think Tempest is going to be happy about getting away from that one.
Hey, don't worry. Here at UCR, we only count effort. As long as you give effort in all your classes, you're gonna pass. Don't worry, homie.
Well, speaking of
effort.
Eurobond gotta be giving it his all, and again getting another solo kill onto the full screen's Viego, and Viego not exactly working out here, I think, for the side of Cal Poly Pomona. Last game I think was comebackable because they had ways to get back into this game, but this time maybe not as unknowns to Cal Poly Pomona. It is actually going to be a 3v1 here. Talking really going to be in a lot of trouble. He's going to get taken down here. Now MacBook Gamer, maybe the next one to fall. Going back in, but where's the damage? Viego now going to be coming in for the flank, trying to see if he can get the LeBlanc, but won't be able to. So now Dark Beast going to be in a little bit of trouble. Doesn't have the flash, but does have the blast go. But Rammus is able to follow him, but he's now in a 1v2. There's the W coming in from the Rakan Dark Beast. It's the Garen Yuumi combo. Will this be able to last? No, it's going to be a shutdown going on to the Viego, as the Luigiana purchase is going to be going down with him. And Cal Poly, after a scrappy fight top, they're able to get couple kills for themselves, and maybe this Rift Herald for themselves as well. But now Teleport going to be coming in from Alamo. Looks like UCR wants to turn this one around. There's Q coming out for Lee Sin. Maybe he wants to go in here, but not just yet. And the rest of UCR are going to be looking to see if they could, zone out the rest of Cal Poly from this Rift Herald. Patience time going to be running out. Rift Herald is going to get reset, but now it's looking like a 3v5, as that's going to be the ultimate. No, that's going to be the E from the Seraphine, locking people down. But look at this. There's the 3-4-man ultimates going in so far. Bubble Biggins now going to be looking to escape from here, as the rest of the team from CPP looking to chase him down. Eurobond going to be the first one to go down. Shutdown going to be going on to the LeBlanc. Not really the ideal target, but look at this. That's going to be another kill. Full screen, trying to see if he's able to burst anyone down like Eurobond has been able to do the whole game. Won't be able to find anything just yet, and unfortunately, Cal Poly, they want to get a little bit more, but they're not going to be able to get enough so far. Now Bubble Biggins waiting, look to see if he can get Xeno here. Xeno is able to dodge the Q. There's the Yuumi ultimate, and now he's going to be going in more and more deeper into the jungle he goes, but has no fear at all, as the rest of Cal Poly going to be looking very, very low. And I think that's about time that this fight is over, because UCR maybe have just presented themselves a little bit of problem for Cal Poly as they overstayed their welcome with the Rift Herald.
I really think that Cal Poly did really win that fight, but because they stayed so much trying to chase, and the failure of getting that. Wait, they got Rift Herald, right? Or they didn't?
No.
They did because it got reset. Whoops, my bad. Because of the presence of the Lee Sin and all these Sonic Strikes coming in, and because it lasted so long, UC Riverside actually, I think got just a turret off of it, even despite feeding 2 kills from the Yuumi and Lee Sin.
Yeah, not the worst thing in the world, but Eurobond now going to be looking for the assassination here. Going to be able to, again, take out this Viego, who doesn't really have a lot of ways to out-sustain so far. Will need that Sterix Gauge to maybe offset the damage a little bit. Eurobond right now just going to be playing easy pickings, as maybe the Jinx is the next victim here, but Eurobond not going to be able to get that.
One thing that I really wanted to point out on that Rift Herald fight is, after LeBlanc getting caught out, I was really hoping that, she was able to utilize her flash or utilize her Zonias, but I saw her saw her build. She's going for a very, very greedy type of build. I really want to see a Zhonya's really soon, just because they're going to be very cautious of a LeBlanc now in all these fights after that happened. And we can see over here, LeBlanc still trying to wait in a few bushes, but I think it's a call for UCR to actually get Dragon.
Yep, the rest of Cal Poly Pomona right now not really showing any interest for contesting this dragon at all. They're going to be going ahead and maybe giving away this dragon, but it's not really being started yet. Now Bubble Big is going to be going in here. It's going to get started up, and Jinx Rocket pretty early. Not really going to be able to do much besides provide some intel, as that is going to be Tacos and Burritos in the top side. Playing this Singe, going to be looking to get a little bit more far from himself, but maybe full screen just got caught out one more damn time. Trying to see if he's able to escape, use the ultimate, will be able to cover some distance between him and the Seraphine with the LeBlanc, and will be able to get on out of there. Singe, though, will be able to get that top turret for himself, however, due to the dragon. So it's going to be a trade of objectives, but still, 4K down. Cal Poly want to have a long way to go if they want to be able to come back into this game, as Eurobond going to be looking to defend the top side here, finds the Rems, but won't be able to get anything else.
Ooh, and again, Dark Beast trying to respond to that Singe split push by going bot himself, having to encounter the Rakan Jinx, but has to get away at the moment. And I think this is a really good spot for CPP to try to come back. They really don't want to look for fights. They're using all their ults, all their disengages as much as possible, as to not feed the LeBlanc, as to not feed the Lee Sin, because despite UCR being in such a good position right now, Lee Sin does fall off late game. He just becomes like a engage tool. That's it. So in my opinion, I feel like the Lee Sin, after getting to about 4 items when every other character is about that same strength, to go kind of full tank, but I'm not sure how good that is. Again, I am hard stuff gold. What would you say would be the plan for CPP right now? Just to drag on the game to get the Rammus really fatty, or
they gotta get lucky? I mean, there isn't really any way to sugarcoat it. They're extraordinarily behind. This Jinx isn't going to be able to pop out anytime soon. There's too much sustain and utility on the side of Riverside to really break through their defenses. Right now, if you are UCR, you're just basically playing however you want as long as you stay as 5, but you cannot get caught out, because again, that's what Cal Poly Pomona really excels at, being able to find opportunities by people, maybe playing a little bit too far forward, and maybe being separated from the team. Being able to get those fights off is going to be absolutely crucial for the side of Cal Poly Pomona if they want to find a way back into this game. But the side of UCR, they can do kind of whatever they want. MacBook Gamer maybe a little bit caught out so far. Is a poor little Rammus, doesn't really have a lot of mobility, doesn't really have the flash, is going to get caught out by Eurobot. And just like that, if you are UCR, that's all you have to do. Stay as a 5 and just do or die.
Just stick the Yuumi on the assassin. Just do it. Just here you go. Here's some extra peel. Here's some extra HP. Here's some extra damage even. And right. Especially, I just noticed 14 stacks on the Magi's, having a second item.
Oh.
What just happened?
I don't even think I need to explain the amount of damage that UCR just caused to the side of Cal Poly Pomona, as, again, over in the top side, UCR, they're staying together as a unit. They are making it impossible for Cal Poly Pomona to play the game. It's literally doomed here. Go next if I'm the side of Cal Poly Pomona, because this team right now is a death squad. They don't care whoever runs in here. They're going to be doing their best to do as much damage as humanly possible. Lee Sin going to be able to live with a sliver of HP. This turret's going to be going down. And now we are looking at Super Mega Tank Garen with the Yuumi, maybe looking to start something up here. But this inhibitor probably going to be the main focus here, and the rest of UCR maybe looking to back out and maybe reset here. But the side of Cal Poly Pomona, they want to go in. Look at that. Rammus goes zoom, but hits and bonks into a me at first. Xena is going to be in a target man of that power. It's a 2v2, by the way. That is a Yuumi as the side of Ala Mode and the Lee Sin. Not really going to be doing too hot against the Singe so far, but we'll get taken down eventually. No, the Rakan is going to be able to save him here, as Dark Beast now, with the amount of sustain this Yuumi is able to provide. We're looking back at Season 9. Yuumi release, Garen, Yuumi bot lane, looking to be too tanky to do a damn thing, as the side of side of Cowboy Buddha are trying to do as much damage as they humanly possible to this Germa are failing in every single way, as Dark Beast and Luigiana Purchase are basically a super tank as Tacos and Burritos. Rule number one in League of Legends, never chase the stage! Which is able to get that double onto the side of Cal Poly Pomona, but that won't matter if the surrender vote comes on down. UCR takes game number 2. It's going to be a 1-1 scoreline for both these teams to determine who's going to be messing with the other school's Discord.
Dog, what? I just want to tell you guys that was fantastic. The Singe flip into a double kill. That was. But what do you do against that? What do you do against a beefy dude running at you, million miles per hour, able to kill you? It's just
You cry.
You can't. Yeah.
You cry. That's all you do. Well, either way, as we are going to be heading into this game number 3, I believe we are going to be taking a little bit of an ad break to give ourselves some time to not only collect our thoughts and get ourselves ready to see who's going to be making themselves look like another fool, who, depending on who wins the next game on the Discord. But we are also going to be going ahead and leaving some message from our sponsor here today, from Corsair, as we are going to be,
Thank you for Corsair. We're going to be running, I believe, 2 more ads to show off Corsair's dope items, but we're going to be saving the giveaways till the end of game 3 for all of you guys to keep watching and to really be enhanced by this high level gameplay that's going on. So don't go anywhere. All right, and I believe we are back just chilling out in the champ select waiting for the pro drafts. Sorry we couldn't talk about our drafting before. Again, I just wanted to thank CPP and um Corsair for actually helping us out with this event, sponsoring us. Corsair, one of the greatest companies for peripherals, helps out with a bunch of collegiate events. And just a quick shout out to their products that we're giving away right now. So today we're going to be giving out the mouse. Tomorrow we're going to be giving out a keyboard, and on Sunday we're going to be giving out headsets. It kind of aligns with our whole 3-day event where you need a mouse to really move around for League of Legends, and then you need a keyboard to move around for Valorant, and you need a headset to listen to your friends scream in Pummel Party. Other than that, yeah, we're just waiting for matches to start, for pro drafts to start, and especially for champion select to start. I was wondering, XT, what do you think about this next game coming up? Because this is game 3, and this is on the line of, hey, which Discord do you want to get in and make fun of? Because it could go either way of, hey, create a spoof of what's called what's the Broncos esports mascot's name? I'm sorry, Billy the Bronco,
Billy
correct?
the Bronco. Yes, Billy
Yeah,
Bronco.
anime
Go
version of
Broncos.
Billy Bronco, or anime version of Scotty the Bear, whose side, our side. So this could be changed
Mhm.
up in many different ways. We could go in terms of furry, we could go in terms of anime, we could go in terms of anything that the other school wants.
Right.
Maybe even you guys that are watching are able to vote like, hey, make it this type of spoof of the other school.
Yeah, so far it's been pretty interesting to see on, how the rest of the series is going to play out. Something that we kind of want to know is that, unfortunately, Full Screen is not going to be playing this game. He had to be subbed out for Korean Chimp, who's going to be filling in the role for him for this game. And as we are preparing to get into picks and bans here, something I kind of do want to see from both teams is that I kind of want to see both teams on the comfort now. Uh, it seems like, for Cal Poly Pomona, not really too sure if going with a meta strategy may be your thing. Going with something that only they can do, such as from what we've seen, um, the ever so interesting Wukong into Udyr matchup with the double AP bot lane and whatnot. Seeing stuff like that is always pretty interesting to spectate and whatnot. And it really kind of exemplifies some it makes the enemy team kind of kind of wonder, is this how do you play against composition and whatnot? But meanwhile, as we look at UCR, they're all about being standard. They're all about keeping things simple. And that last game here, they get the Seraphine again. I think it proved to be too much of an issue with the Seraphine Yumi, giving too much sustain for the top side of the map, especially with Bubble Biggins playing so well in that Lee Sin, the Udyr from game number 1. I really do want to see UCR continue to play kind of that utility oriented bot lane play style, giving that top lane the time to shine. While we're seeing, from the side of Cal Poly Pomona, maybe they're struggling a bit with these standard matchups, and maybe they need to turn things around one more time.
Yeah, I feel like, let's see, going for comfort picks would be very, very good right now, just because, after these long 2 games and stuff like that, after both stomps from both teams, it kind of wears down on you. UCR kind of got blown first with the, oh my gosh, we threw that game type of deal, and then the second game, CPP is just like, dude, we can't even play the video game. What the hell are we doing for 25 to 30 minutes? Just
Right.
And then we are actually going into pro draft. So if we could get that link also, yeah, in general. Pro
Yep, gonna
drafting
be.
is gonna be pretty good because I feel like, let's see. I feel like
Oh, Here we are right now getting into the pro draft here. UCR get Seraphine again, and this time they have the Seraphine Soraka bot lane, I believe. Gonna be really hard to really get through that. That's so much utility for them. And meanwhile, we do see for Cal Poly Pomona, Korean Chip gonna be playing that Galio in the mid lane, Tristana Blitzcrank over on the bot side. Looking to cheese things up, maybe it seems. Um, oh boy, honestly, I think on the side for UCR, they gotta be feeling really good about this pick ban.
Dude, what is this? They just went with the Yumi Seraphine, and since they banned out the Yumi, it's just like, nope. Basically, older version of Yumi, baby. Here we go, some Raka. Like,
Yeah.
look at all this protection. I'm not surprised if they go somebody like a old season, what, season 5, season 6 Kog'Maw peel with the Ardent Sensor meta. Like, look at this. That's a Lulu mid. That's a Vayne bot lane. Even what is this?
Yep, looks like right now, UCR got to be playing a little bit wacky here with their composition. That's probably going to be a Vayne top lane, I think, but we'll have to really see. MacBook Gamer also going to be locking in that Nunu and Mulump for himself over in the jungle. Unless that's a Nunu mid, we'll have to wait and see. Oh boy, Cowboy Pomona really drafting up a storm here. 4 big men into one Vayne. Not really too sure if this is the matchup they want,
What?
but
You're
nonetheless,
you're dude, CPP literally just say, let's go diving. Let's go swimming. Only diving though. If we reach the bottom of the swimming pool, it's okay.
yep, I
Like,
feel like this game is going to be dependent on how this level 1 goes, because if UCR die at any point in the early game, they are screwed. They are royally screwed. This Cowboy Pomona is looking to go in and looking in to just decimate any of the backline here for UCR. But UCR, they have the benefit of, again, scaling up. They have the Seraphine to really help support the team. I believe it is going to be the Vayne I think it's like Vayne, Soraka bot lane with the Lulu mid and Seraphine, or Seraphine mid with the Lulu top. But I'm not really too sure. I'm really excited to see where everyone goes from UCR, because now this time they have their definition of the never die composition. So, it's the definition of what happens when an unstoppable object makes an unbreakable wall or whatever.
you know what? UCR, we basically are right there next to Las Vegas, next to Gambling City
Yep.
Central. We're putting all our eggs in one basket. Alamode, he's the dot. He's the dude, man. He could do this, I feel. But again, shouldn't get too cocky. That Blitzcrank, gonna yoink you sometimes. That mouth bite, gonna yoink at you, or whatever it's called. I don't know. This is something. I'm gonna hopefully see, a Kraken Slayer, maybe a Shield Bow. Honestly, Kraken Slayer or Shield Bow, I would say would be very good. But I'd say Kraken Slayer just because you have your whole teammates backing you up. Going with a rapid fire cannon and into possibly IE or even Scimitar for the anti CC. But what do you think? Should CPP do against this answer of the hey, let's get Vayne fed type of team comp?
I just hope that we have a good clean game. This is looking kind of terrifying, honestly, as a spectator. Um, this feels like it's gonna be miserable to watch. I'm not gonna lie, man. One team's just gonna keep healing and healing and healing, and another team's just gonna keep going in and going and going in. It's either gonna be a one-sided stomp or a stalemate of epic proportions, man. Both these teams right now are definitely playing a different game of League of Legends than I am. That's for sure. And I really hope that's not a Blitzcrank top.
Dude, this is something really, really magical. Just because I feel like in solo queue, you never get this sort of stuff. You always get the insta lock Yone and insta lock Katarina and Akali
Sure.
one tricks and stuff like that. My housemate. Anyways, but like you see all these coordinated team comps trying to outdo each other, try to outpick each other, and especially just like not rely on trying to outplay your opponent as much as hey, let's work as a team, let's claw together, back together. Doesn't matter if you're feeding and stuff like that, we could come together and we could figure things out, as a team. So this very much encompasses team play, like high level team play. And actually, talking about high level team play, let's go over Cal Poly Pomona's standings right now. Do you have what they're doing right now, or how
Yeah.
well they're doing in CSL?
Both these teams, I believe, only UCR currently is in playoffs. Both these teams finished though with a 7-3 record. With UCR, I believe, winning the tiebreaker. So they got third place in their West two standings, and I'm not really too sure. I haven't been keeping up with Cal Poly Pomona since I've left the school.
You've left the scene. You've left your mark on your
I mean,
territory. You know.
I'm now working full time in esports, man. Like I don't really keep up as much anymore, but um both these teams, man, from what I believe, they had a 1-1 record. Um and it's going to be pretty interesting to see on how maybe CPP looks to turn this one around. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see.
Yeah, so for Highlander Gaming and this particular UCR team, so they're 7-3, the same as CPP. They did win that tiebreaker, and they're actually currently 3-0 in their playoff seasons. So good luck to them. They're actually in top 32 of, I believe, the nation for CSL. I'm not really sure how CSL works because, my team never made it to playoffs.
Mm.
just showing you how good I am at this video game.
Happens to the best of us.
Mhm.
But either way, I'm gonna be really interested to see on how both these teams really perform, folks. We are gonna be currently going into the Spectre delay, so it's gonna take a little bit. But I kind of want to talk about the lane matchups here. It's looking like we are gonna be seeing a lane swap. I think Tacos and Burritos is gonna be playing that Blitzcrank support, and Tempest 124 are gonna be playing the Malphite. And knowing Tempest, he's probably gonna be playing like AP Malphite with Ignite Teleport or something, looking like one shot the Lulu or the Seraphine here.
Nah, just
Um,
one shot the Vayne late game. Let her not be able
there you
to
go.
do anything. So I really feel like the Vayne's gameplay gotta be on point. Having those ulti tumbles into flash condemn, check this out on reddit.com/League of Legends.
Right. And yeah, as we are going to be heading into that Spectre delay, person I'm watching the most, Bubble Buggins, man, on this Jarvan this time, has had a phenomenal performance every single game so far. I'm super excited to see how he does on the Jarvan this time. Jarvan has kind of, I think, fallen off of the meta. He doesn't really have a lot of good matchups, and he doesn't really. He's kind of a champion that's unfortunately getting overshadowed by Rek'Sai, who's been coming back into the meta, as well as Lee Sin. Jarvan's kind of one of those champions where he does the best when he's able to basically get a significant advantage early game. He's not really that great when it comes to farming and whatnot, but he is going to be that primary engage. It's going to be very important that Bubble Buggins is able to get ahead, is able to maintain a lead. If he ever gets really behind, it does mean that, it makes it very hard for UC Riverside to be able to kind of get anything done on the map. While we look on the side of, Cal Poly Pomona, they're all about fighting. They have so many ways to start things up. It's basically a one-dimensional strategy versus a one-dimensional way of, going and starting a fight. You know how both these teams are going to play. It's just up to how are both these teams going to, react accordingly and play against what the deal is given. And once again, you got to remember what's on the line here, Chicken Cup.
Yep, the
Loser of this team.
Discord.
Yep.
The loser of this match right here changes the whole Discord of just like their profile picture, their name, and stuff like that. The even like some officers might get in on it from both e-boards and stuff to just like play around. So it is very, very important for this game. I feel like the Jarvan, actually, when you were talking about Jarvan being worse than Lee Sin and Rek'Sai, actually, in my opinion, Jarvan's one of those characters that are really, really good very early on in the new season, new patches, just like Vi, because they never get touched. They're still very linear. They're still always going to be relatively, the same. So it's just like a comfort pick, before anybody gets to really learn about the new metas, what's broken, what's not broken, stuff like that. So I really feel like Jarvan, you're downplaying him a little bit more. But again, I'm going to have to say, if he does get behind, the super huge damage that Jarvan is known for is, level 2, level 3, completely acts, has to go full tank, not going to be able to do anything except for what? EQ, ult. They're going to have to use their one of 5 abilities built into their character to get out of that Jarvan ult that used to be OP season 1. It's it's really something. I feel like, the dive comp is going to definitely get on the Soraka Seraphine. But Jarvan's job is to again dive comp onto the Tristana so she doesn't follow up.
Yep, it's going to be quite interesting to see how both these teams kind of just play with their puzzle pieces here and there. And, as we are going to be loading into game here on the blue side, we do have UC Riverside. On the red side, we have Cal Poly Pomona. This is going to be the last game of the night, folks, but don't go anywhere. When we finish, we are going to be going with another giveaway hosted by Chicken Cup here to see who's going to be winning the rest of the prizes here tonight on the UCR versus Cal Poly Pomona show matches happening all throughout this weekend. Today we have League of Legends, tomorrow we have Valorant, and the day after we have Pummel Party. And a lot of different things are on the line here, but today we're going to see how both these teams kind of perform with their individual compositions. And yeah, my suspicions are correct. Tacos and Burritos is going to be playing that Blitzcrank support, and they're going to be looking for that invade.
Yeah, exactly. And this team comp actually reminds me of a very, very old YouTube video. It was a Minecraft, no, not Minecraft, League of Legends parody video of Space Jam where they just all went dive characters, including the Tristana, just always diving on somebody. It was like Kha'Zix, Darius, Tristana, J4, plus somebody else. So I really am looking forward to watching this team play against such a defensive team. But we have Cal Poly Pomona breaking their promise to Alamode because, as you can see, Alamode all chatted, said, hey, please don't invade. They're breaking their promise. What's wrong, CPP? Why do you guys break your promise? Come on.
I mean, it's a Blitzcrank. The initial like reaction whenever you see a Blitzcrank against like 4 people who are mobile, 5 even, with Jarvan not being able to get that EQ early, is to invade on them. And we're seeing just that. Although I will bring up something very interesting. King Nidhogg does this a couple of times with Bubble Buggins. Is going to be going with that Lethal Temple. The Lethal Temple Jarvan. That's going to allow him to take a lot more extended quick trades. Should be able to help him in the early game to get a lot of damage out unexpectedly. And we are going to see how this kind of really plays out for this Jarvan, as we are going to be seeing Tempest this time. He's going to be playing the Malphite top, and against the Lulu shouldn't really be too fun in the early game here. But we do see, unfortunately, the Nunu was not able to get the red buff early, and is going to lose the red buff of his own, so he is going to be down 1 buff.
That's going to be really hard for Nunu, just because he's one of those champions that could, level 4 dragon still. He could really roam around the map to help out everybody with the snowball at any time. And that's just going to put his losing lanes at even more of a disadvantage, because you can see up over here for Lulu, her whole game plan is to just poke down Malphite at all. Every single time she sees the cheese wheel, insta E shield, can't do anything, actually got outplayed, And then sometimes if you walk up, it's just, polymorph, gets it, Look at all that damage come out. Malphite already getting poked out of lane, but
speaking of mid, there is the early Nunu ult gank here. Flash is available for Eurobond. Is going to be at a sliver of HP. It doesn't need to use the flash at all. Incredibly greedy here, but now Bubble with the Lethal Temple. Oh no, this 1v2 could be going very poorly, but instead, first blood going on to MacBook Gamer, and I think Bubble Buggins maybe a little bit too greedy with the Lethal Temple. Unfortunately, unable to do anything against 2 very chunky boys.
That was super, super close. I'm pretty sure that Bubble Buggins had the right play, but he thought that he had a little bit too much damage to try to instantly get him, or he was not fast enough actually to get the Nunu before he could consume the minion for all that HP back, because again, that's one of the frustrating things. He was able to have awareness to dodge out of the Galio heroic strike. But you see stuff happening in the bottom lane.
Bottom lane, here comes the Nunu again. It's the solo queue special MacBook game. We're going to be looking to get another kill for his team here, and Zenith is going to be handed on a silver platter. A Soraka right in front of him, and Cal Poly Pomona right now with MacBook Gamer playing the Nunu is just constantly applying pressure as much as they can to make sure, there's someone's going to be having a miserable day. But Tempest now going to have to be forced to flash away. Teleport now going to be coming out. Maybe a little bit too early from Korean Chimp. But does have the rep buff. Pops the Predator, but immediately gets Polymorph, so he's unable to get the extra damage on his passive. And now Robot not going to be going in Now Cal Poly Pomona playing a little bit too aggressive. They lose 2 members as a result, and unfortunately, double kill now onto the Seraphine.
Fantastic response from Urban. He had his flash still to try to secure another kill because he was able to save it in that early mid lane gank. And just being 2 kills above that Galio, even though Galio's still going to go even in lane just because he does have that anti-mage type of passive that he has with the shield, that is such a good start for Urban to try to start rolling. But again, what matters is this bot lane. They're going to be looking at this bot lane so much, and I would feel like UC Riverside really just needs to watch that Tribush 24/7 from that Nunu any single time. Again, they don't have any mobility to get out of the way, and it's just going to be really scary just always pushing up this far, getting CS. They don't know where anybody is. But again, very good job on the top side, getting back into it. What do you think is should happen right now? What should these teams look for? Should they look for a bot lane gank like the Galio is looking at right now, or should they just stay in their lanes?
Well, speaking of which, I think we know the answer to that one. That's going to be another bot lane gank there from Korean Chimp, and he is going to be able to pop the flash of this Vayne. And this Vayne right now, not really doing too hot against Tristana over in the top bottom side of the map so far. While Tempest still trying to see if he can get the upper hand of these trades against the Lulu here, but just really hasn't been able to find much luck just yet. But Dragon is going to get started up by the side of Cal Poly Pomona, and they're going to be able to walk away with the first Dragon of the game. First time they're going to be able to secure something like this, I believe. And, you know, in terms of what these teams should be looking to do, I think when you are the side of Cal Poly Pomona, you should be looking to abuse the early game as much as possible before UCR get into that late game stage where they are nigh unkillable for this Vayne.
Exactly, and I feel like this Vayne right now, if you're putting all your eggs in one basket, don't complain that you're going to get camp. It's just like playing against a Quinn or Vayne top, and then they're complaining like, oh, why do you keep camping me? But, bot lane fight.
Oh, bot lane fight's gonna be happening here, and
no, I can be
I stuffed something in his mouth. Take this one, chicken.
All right. Anyways, so fantastic from Jarvan, and getting that Nunu out of the way. Nunu having to retreat back into the jungle, but you see Dark Beast really low here. Already going down from Tempest. So I think Dark Beast, what he could do is he could look for an elongated fight, ulti himself out if Tempest oversteps his bounds. But again, fantastic job of the mid laner, Ubron, getting that another TP gank, I believe, a bot lane. J4 helping out also, and just keeping everybody alive. Good job, and we have a pause.
Wow, okay, that was really awkward. So I haven't eaten dinner yet, so
nice.
I need to shove something in my mouth, so I scarfed down a little bit of rice, and they started fighting, so I'm just like, all right, I'm not eating tonight, I guess. Either way, we are going to be looking at a pause here, and something else I do kind of want to keep in mind is Tempest here over on the top lane so far. Is it going to be able to get anything really too early? And is going to be looking for that AP build here. We are going to be looking at, you know, the early MR mage item there for the Lulu, and this Lulu is basically never going to die in the top lane. It seems in the realistic situation. So if you are the side of Cal Poly Pomona, I think the next objective is to play towards the bot side and get this Tristana ahead while you can before this Vayne becomes a problem. You want to get your power spike first, be able to walk away with those early game leads while you still have many ways to get on top of this Vayne. Before this Vayne gets all the sustaining utility in the world to be able to outkite your opponents.
Just thinking about all these items going for Lulu, and especially for Seraphine, and you know, for Soraka and stuff, what kind of Grievous Wounds items do they need to build? Do they need to build the Mortal Reminder? Do they need to build the Thorn Mail? Do they need to build the weird support item where if you do damage,
it's basically just a matter of what can you fit into your build at the appropriate time. I mean, I would expect to see a majority of Bramble Vest because we're looking at basically all tanks right? Maybe we can see the Morello. I wouldn't really see it, but there isn't really a lot of synergy for these guys to be taking the support healing reduction item. Maybe some grievous wounds. The Executioner is calling on to Tristana early, but again, there isn't really a lot of room or leeway to be flexible for these guys. They're all basically forced to either build a Brambles Vest or Executioner is calling, as we are going to be getting back into game here. We are also looking at Dark Beast, looking a little bit low, but Tempest generally is the type of person to go for these early plays, and he didn't have ult that time, so he wasn't really looking to cause any trouble for this local Lulu player at the top.
Yeah, Dark Beast survived the unstoppable force earlier from Tempest, so that's why he was able to just kind of walk up and say, hey, if you come over to me, you're going to die because I do have ult, but fight in the mid lane. Oh, fantastic job. Getting out of the way, utilizing the flash this time around. Yeah, not wanting to be greedy like last time because, could only push your luck so much. But good job. I think we're going to be seeing another gank down in the mid lane because you saw every single time that MacBook Gamer ganked, it was successful. Like, Seraphine doesn't have anything to say, hey, get off of me. All she does is, sing and say, hey, I got damage, and that's it.
Yeah, she does have a lot of ways to kind of tank up damage, but Tacos is gonna so it's gonna mid lane. Urban did not see that coming at all. That shutdown going on to Zenith, and we're still a long way to go before Dragon's able to spawn. But that's gonna be huge. That's a huge chunk of gold onto Tristana now, and Seraphine definitely not expecting the hook there. I feel like that was a little bit of a misplay. Seraphine probably not paying attention at all.
Pretty sure Seraphine was just checking their gold, checking the mini map again, because these guys are so self-aware everywhere on the map that sometimes it's like you worry so much about the macro play that you forget about the micro play. It's kind of like the problem of, how lower elo players, they really care about having to outplay your opponent, and the higher tier players, more or less care about Dragon, care about what the other team is doing. I think he just, was caught up looking at top lane, looking at bot lane, how much damage the Lulu's doing to the Malphite, but another fight in the bot lane.
Yep, looks like right now we're going to be seeing another pull there from Tacos and Burritos, and Alamo going to be the first victim of the fight here, and the teleport now going to be coming in for the Seraphine, but the ultimate is available. Two-man knock up there for the Malphite, but no follow-up, unfortunately, and now that's going to be Jarvan getting the kill onto Tempest, but at what cost? Flash away there from Bubble, as that's Galio ultimate, not going to be able to hit anyone there. So far, just a 1-4-2, I believe, and again, both these teams looking really scrappy right now. Lou going to be able to get a lot of gold over on the top side because she didn't have teleport to join the fight. But at the same time, MacBook Gamer not being in the fight is going to be able to reward himself by getting a lot of camps for himself. But we see the Jarvan making a beeline for his camps, going to be able to hop over the wall. And now MacBook Gamer, maybe they're only one with the lethal tempo Jarvan, might be a little bit of trouble. But MacBook Gamer does proc the phase rush and is able to walk on out of there.
Yeah, wow, MacBook Gamer really clawing his way back from getting his buff stolen, but because Nunu has such high sustain and such faster clear speed than Jarvan, he's just still able to maintain his maintain a lead and actually having a better gank option, in my opinion, with that huge snowball, with that Predator, I believe, that he has. Very, very good. Oh, wait, no, that's Galio with the Predator. My bad.
Yep, but meanwhile, we do see on the side of Bubble Buggins, again, 2-1 and 300% kill participation so far. The heart and soul of this UCR composition is doing a great job at, again, applying pressure and matching what Cal Poly Pomona is trying to pull off and is getting rewarded for it. Is going to be looking for a damage-oriented build, and would it be surprised if he's looking to, just one-shot this Tristana in the late game, but now look at this Olive mode. Maybe a little bit too caught out again. There's the pull there. Doesn't have the flash. Wobble Cobble going to be going in Olive mode now, going to be taken down. And that's the sole purpose of this composition, to kill the Vayne. And they're able to do just that, as that is going to be the Rift Arrow crashing on into the mid lane tower. But look at the Zenith now going to be looking to go in. There is the Silence, and Zenith, no! Tries to get the kill onto the Soraka, but the rest of the team is there to back him up. And now look at his Bubble Wiggins Gonna be looking to see if he can avenge his fallen teammate again. Still keep the 100% kill participation. That is going to be Cal Poly opponent one more damn time. Again, playing too aggressively and getting punished for it. And Zenith, there was no reason for him at all to be going for that play over on the mid lane tower.
Zenith really is feeling himself because right now, look, he's the first character to actually get his.
Oh, the smite from Dark Beast.
Yeah.
Is able to get the blue buff for himself, but now is going to be a little bit caught out. Does have the wild growth, but won't be able to use it in time because of the taunt. Now, the rest of Riverside maybe looking to back on out, and there we go. Riverside now maybe playing a little bit too aggressive as well. Everyone probably should have been a dragon to begin with, but look at this now. Green Chip going to be propping. The Predator does proc the W as well. That's going to be another kill. And the Tacos reading what Bubble Biggest was trying to do there, and is going to get shut down from Zenith. So both teams actually misplaying a little bit, but I guess the pendulum swings towards the side of Cal Poly when they lose to Dragon to get a bunch of kills for themselves.
Dude, that ward really saved the whole, I'd say, Cal Poly Pomona right there. Just because after that knockup, Seraphine still does have so much damage with her Q and with all of her damage and movement speed abilities that J4 is just able to do. But Blitzcrank coming in clutch. Oh my god, that was just play on play on play that just happened for both teams, actually.
Yep, if there was a way to, you know, maybe get a replay on that, I would love it, or just at least clip it. But, like, man, that was pretty bad, and then it was pretty good for both teams. Well, so, I think that's, I guess, the name of the play. Both these teams are just passing each other, like, here, now you can misplay. And the other team's like, nah, now you can misplay. So, we strive for equal opportunities here, and both teams are given the equal opportunity to throw their leads in numerous different ways here today here in the University of Riverside versus Cal Poly Pomona show match here. And we look at Zenith. His build right now looking pretty terrifying here, as he does have the Kraken Slayer, and he is going to be looking to do a lot of consistent damage here with the rest of his team being able to follow him up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if you're so equal for opportunity, at least give the kills to our Vayne, you know? Look at your Tristana, she's so huge already for being, you know what, 3 foot, like, chronologically or something like that. Already, the fight, a little bit of a skirmish coming out in mid lane. Vayne trying to CS up, still not out of this game just yet, but really just has to take the backseat. At the moment, everybody's just kind of looking at her as a free kill.
Dark Beast going to be in a little bit of trouble. Does have the wild growth. Isn't able to use it just yet, but won't even be given a chance to use it as now. Bubble Biggins going to be looking to see if he can get Korean Chimp before his team is able to save him. Will not be able to use the ultimate, but is going to be taken down instead. The rest of UCR going to be heading towards the top side, trying to see if they can do anything. If they don't have Tristana, what team do they have to begin with? Jarvan now going to be looking to dive this Malphite as in the bottom lane. Zenith going to be looking to take down his tower with the Demolish on the Blitzcrank, while Jarvan going to be continuing to play basically super aggro on the top side as the rest of the team is looking to back him up there. And you know, this game is really all about all the gold right now is on Zenith, while all the rest of the gold is kind of spread out evenly for the side of UC Riverside. Zenith's going to be able to get this bot lane tower with tacos and burritos, but you know, Cal Poly Pomona, once they lose this Tristana, what else do they have? That's really the question at the end of the day.
I was gonna say they have the initial burst with everybody else, but again, without the Tristana, they kind of falter with everything else. So I'm really trying to wonder, how does UC Riverside catch out the Tristana besides her not being too safe, being away from the team, which, you know, might never happen just because this is a very, very team-oriented type of comp, and both teams at the Rift Herald right now. Fantastic job sneaking that Rift Herald, getting some objectives back, almost gets pulled, but fantastic silence coming out, getting that root.
Zenith going in by himself right now, doesn't have the rest of the team to back him up, but look at this now, they're going to be all going onto the Vayne. He's going to be the first one to fall down. The rest of the team here looking to follow up. Zenith not going to be able to get a dump for himself, and now UCR maybe looking to see if they can turn this one around. They still do have the Seraphine ultimate here, but MacBook Gamer trying to go in, won't be able to find anything just yet. Bubble Biggest as well, looking to see if he can get an EQ across the wall, but they are going to be able to get that top lane tower, and the rest of Cal Poly Pomona just going to be looking to piece on out.
Yeah, Vayne definitely doesn't do any damage like right now. You can see his build right now, Noon Quiver, Pickaxe, still really needing that Kraken Slayer. And even with Kraken Slayer, I don't think that would have exactly killed Tristana fast enough without him dying. And it was just really unfortunate because I thought that was a very good fight that they took, but he was just so far behind that this just Tristana could play like whatever, you know? But
Yep, and
fantastic job capitalizing on that, getting out and getting the dragon.
yep, dragging it to be up now, and the rest of Cal Poly Pomona gonna be looking to take that one down for themselves. They have a 2-gate gold lead right now, and UCR definitely has a lot of work to do if they want to get back into this game. But that comes first things first, you know, on the playbook for playing against this comp, they gotta kill the Tristana, and when they kill the Tristana, it's going to be pretty interesting to see if they can really pull it off.
It's so scary every single time Vayne steps up.
Gonna be a little bit too far split up for the team, but the great knockups deny the Jarvan from being able to join his team. Zenith's now gonna be in a little bit of trouble, and he's gonna be able to get the kill, and the rest of the Death Ball composition now gonna be looking to see if they can get Alamo and friends. Zenith, though, relatively low, may have to be very careful in this situation. Pool gonna miss from Tacos, but so far, Cal Poly Pomona, they are looking like they are able to maintain this lead, and now looking to see if they get this mid lane tower, but here comes a snowball here from MacBook Gamer. No ultimate follow-up here from the side of Tempest. 1-2-4, but they get the tower. Let's see if they overstay their welcome. Don't think they are going to make that same mistake again, and Zenith just going to back on out.
That was super, super close for UCR. I feel winning that because you saw the damage from J4, especially with the Gorge Ring, especially with the Tiamat, but unfortunately could not do it just yet. And, you know, Alamo is the sole, I would say, factor of this team to actually win, but it's just so hard trying to live after getting knocked up, getting stunned, getting rooted. And just using your small mobility as Vayne to try to outplay your opponents. And then you also saw that Seraphine did get caught out, unfortunately, trying to escort that Rift Herald in. And just, you know, you can't walk up at all. You just have to let the J4 face take everything. You have to let the J4 go up and do everything for you. Because, again, if you do walk up, you're going to get Malphite ulted. You're going to get Galio engaged on, especially with the Protobell and the taunt, you know, and especially with these Blitzcrank hooks that are just so oppressive to making your team stay in the backlines.
Yeah, something I do kind of want to point out is that you look at the composition for UCR, and maybe they have too much of a good thing. They have 3 supports, but, you know, Jarvan, who would typically want to be playing as kind of like the tank here, not really being able to, you know, build too much resistances. Is look at this. Zenith going to be able to get the pick thanks to Tacos and Burritos onto Lulu. And, you know, we have to wonder if Bubble maybe played a little bit more tanky style, or if we swapped out one of these picks or something a little bit more tanky, maybe things would be different. But right now, if you are the side of UC Riverside, you are struggling to find ways to get into these fights.
20 minutes in, already warding up for Baron. MacBook Gamer spotting a few wards and another hook.
Oh man, and Bubble just a little bit too squishy, already half HP there. And the rest of Cal Poly Pomona, given the fact that they were able to, you know, chunk out this Jarvan, they should be looking to get this Baron, but no! They're gonna instead look to fight again, and instead of taking a free objective that UCR conceded, they're just gonna go ahead and keep on running it down mid, and now they go back to this Baron side, but now maybe a little bit too late as Bubble basically full HP now. Not really too sure what you're going to be able to get unless we look for another hook.
Homie, we're NA. We deathball. Wait, objectives? Nah. Like, this is super, super good for UC Riverside. They just have to be very careful.
Killed immediately thanks to that sneaky pesky ward from Tacos, and now that's the signal, that's the trigger to do Baron. But first, the important objective, taking down the damn enemy team. Dark Beast going to be extremely low, maybe chunked out this fight, doesn't have teleport to rejoin the fight either. Bubble Biggins though, you look to do something, split objective so far. Baron though gonna be going down, and now Bubble Biggins is gonna be in a little bit of trouble here. comes Cal Poly Pomona, but the Seraphine ultimate able to lock up Taco Zabrinos for a little bit longer, but Zenith still untouched and unkillable. Godmike gonna be looking for a little bit more. Absolute Zero gonna be locking up Dark Beast and Eurobon, and now the rest of Cal Poly Pomona looking to run it down. Man, get ready to change your Discord. Chicken Cup as the rest of Cal Poly Pomona are really hammering it in, but maybe they played a little bit too aggressive. That's gonna be almost gonna be able to get one kill so far. Looking to see if he can get another. He's gonna be able to get two. No! Gets instantly popped by Zenith's Tristana, and all that hope that we had with the Vayne shattered, gone, disappeared, and now as Dragon spawns, they got Baron. Let's see what else can Cal Poly do, and let's see if UC Riverside can try to claw their way back into this game.
That was so close on the side of UC Riverside. I would say Alamo had the right idea of having that fast break, because I felt like CPP already used all their really good engages, but I spoke a little bit too soon. Gotta be really careful about the huge area that they could cover with their ults, with their pulls, especially with just Tristana able to play like this so freely. As you can see, already having the grievous wounds on the Tristana right there.
Yeah, and it doesn't really feel good to be Dark Beast there on the Lulu, just getting caught out one more time. And now we look at the mini map here. Zenith and Tacos and Burritos still trying to look to bully the poor Vayne here, and unfortunately for UCR, they haven't really been able to find, you know, the success they've been able to get for the past 2 games, and you know, this time it just seems a little bit more one-sided than the last few games here. Let's see though, can Cal Poly Pomona close this one out? We've seen them before throw leads like this. Let's see if they're going to be looking to get the same mistake. No, Dark Beast, man, just leave him alone. There's the Wild Growlithe. It's not going to be longer up for any longer. However, Korean Chimp is going to get that stopwatch in and is going to be, you know, still living.
All right, so Dark Beast, he's just trying to go out and, you know, do all this stuff, but you guys are just like, you know, I won't bully the the mid laner and the support for UCR, but able to get the kill. But doesn't matter. 4 strong, beefy middleweight champions are right on top of the Tempest with the engage to be able to shut down the rest of UC Riverside. Dark Beast now going to be the only one up. Let's see if he's going to be able to defend this one. Cal Poly Pomona maybe looking to end this one. Dark Beast gonna get slowed. There's the snowball. There's the grab. The wobble combo. The combos are there. Cal Poly Pomona gonna be able to get in the kill for themselves. And now they're looking to end this game. Eurobon on the Louisiana Purchase now gonna be the next 2 members up. Let's see if they're gonna be able to defend it. Next is no pull again from Tacos and Burritos. And that is going to be the Soraka in a world of hurt. But Tacos and Burritos still gonna be the first one to fall because of Seraphine. UC Riverside are going to be able to defend their base one more time, as MacBook Gamer is not able to close out the kill onto Soraka. Eurobon sacrifices himself to keep Riverside in this game. So much damage has been going out, and so much mileage has actually been going out, and particularly with the Blitzcrank that I want to highlight, because I felt like before the first time that UC Riverside tried to fast break with Alamode, that was it. He would have killed all of them. However, saving that Blitzcrank hook and actually getting that was the real factor of why they won that fight, in my opinion. But coming back, finally defending their last line of defense, their Nexus, they got to be really careful about the backdoors coming in from the potential TPs or ultimates from Malphite, from Galio, from anybody, and they just have to hard defend bot lane. Just send the Vayne down there to get all the CS and eventually get back into the game, because she got so much shutdown gold. She got 1,000 shutdown gold from Tristana. She got, you know, 450 from the Nunu, and then 450 plus some on somebody else. So, you know, this once, you know, not that strong Vayne has finally, in my opinion, started to come back online. But is it too little too late?
Dark Beast gotta get bullied again.
Yo, man,
take it down.
His lunch money already got taken away, dude. Stop this. Dude, come on. He's just a walking ward. Come on, stop it. He's trying his best. He's playing my favorite champion.
Oh no, and the Vayne's gonna get popped by Tempest as well. And we are gonna be seeing maybe this game get closed out here. And well, looks like the rest of Cal Poly Pomona looking to close this one out. There isn't really much else to be said here. Zenith now going to be looking to take down Orobon, and that's going to be the ace. Tempest not going to be there to celebrate with his team. You see his lifeless, dead corpse on the Nexus here, but Brucey Rivers, oh, they're going to keep bullying him.
No, it's Dark Beast, no!
No!
Yes,
They don't have to get off of it.
Let's go!
He lives! So he gets off screen.
Oh, okay. It's okay. They don't want to end it. We could still win this. Vayne is up, getting some shutdown goals.
Okay, this game's gonna keep going. Okay, never mind.
Hey, man.
Maybe this bites them back in the ass. I mean, I don't know.
Hey, if they throw it, they throw it, man. Taunt to get bodied. He reconnected. Alright, but they could have ended right there, but you know, they're gentlemen. We're all from the Inland Empire at the end of the day. So maybe Alamo gotta do something. Dark Beast, you know, definitely could get back into this game. All he has to do, really just stay very, very safe, utilize his flash to get out of the way to react against the Malphite ult, against the Blitzcrank hook especially. And what do you think UCR decided to do right now? Because, you know, those were like 4 fights going all in the favor of CPP, allowing them to just dive on our backline, do a lot of damage, and just peel. They don't even need to peel Tristana anymore.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, looks like I think, you know, CPP just a little bit too, for the lack of a better word, they're just too ahead. You know, it's going to be really, really hard for the rest of this team to really get what they want here. And, you know, it looks like, you know, we're going to be seeing another fight in the jungle here. Zenith just face-tanking the Seraphine, but they can't seem to take him down. And the rest of Cal Poly Pomona, they aren't going to be able to get any kills just yet. But look at this now. Bubble Big is looking to go in. But Tempest with the follow-up, and there's the hook onto the Vayne. She's still on the absolute zero, but look at Zenith. Keep your eyes on him. He's looking for the reset. One more hit should be able to do it. Does have the W. Jumps face first into the Seraphine. Maybe this is a problem. No, he does have to stopwatch, however. And now it's going to be Goomba stopping his competition. Triple kill for the Tristana. Quadra kill for Zenith here in Cal Poly Pomona. Maybe now is the time they end the game. Call it night and let me eat dinner, please, because we're gonna be looking at a
yeah, let's go. No, okay. This is Tristana could just easily end this and stuff like that.
Game. Okay, I'll try again.
It's game. Just play by play. Go back.
Troll again, man. No, come on, man.
What's wrong with you guys?
Please, I gotta bully these bros. I need to eat. They're looking to bully the Jarvan. They're gonna be able to get him, and now Dark Beast maybe going down too. Zenith gonna be running it down and in. Please let me free us from this prison. The Hook gonna be able to dodge it. The Vayne's gonna be able to get 1 kill. The Vayne's gonna be looking to get another kill. This game could have been over, damn it. But my dinner's gonna be cold by the time this game is over, because once again, Cal Poly Pomona refused to end the game, and I'm going to be upset if for some reason Cal Poly Pomona loses. Oh boy.
Dude, my Chipotle is already really cold. I'm so sad. Like, I went over and bought like
it's winnable, boys.
Steak bowl. What do you have for dinner right now?
I have rice.
Rice and
tofu,
I was gonna say just plain rice as your dinner.
Yeah, no, it's rice and tofu. So at this point, I'm rooting for UCR now because I know if Riverside win a fight, they'll win the game. They aren't gonna do what Cal Poly Pomona are doing, like giving up mercy and whatnot. Dude, I'm telling you, man.
It's doable.
I've seen these games before. I'm changing my flag here. I'm now going to be. What's your mascot?
It's a bear. It's a Scottish bear.
I'm gonna be a Scottish bear flag.
Yeah, it's a Scottish grizzly bear, baby. We just call him Scotty. Nobody just calls him the actual like bear. You know how usually UCLA is just like, oh yeah, we just have a generic Bruin. We actually have like an actual person. But
you have like a bear just walking on campus.
yes, we do actually have a bear walking
wow.
on campus. But you see over here, CPP taking down that Baron in like negative
Please end the
2
game.
seconds. No, they're not.
Pomona, please end the damn game.
They're not
President
gonna end the
Coley will
game.
be
They're not
disappointed.
good enough to end the game, dude. They're
Bro.
too scared.
Bro, man. Man, bro.
They're too
Man,
scared.
this is just torture. We know the game's ended 2 times in a row already, and we're still in this.
Yeah, man.
I
They're
have
just
mental boom.
they're just waiting to gather as many people to get a to try to get the giveaways of what? 4 $25 RP cards plus a dope nice from
all right, so this is not gonna be
okay,
going in.
right.
This should be it. This is probably gonna be it. They just ace. I mean, I'm not even gonna bother.
They're not gonna end it. They're not gonna
Oh,
end it.
please!
Look at that.
The bear minions will end it. The bear minions will end it. Thank God for that, man. Dude,
Bear minions don't exist.
Ace coming out here from Zenith, and that's gonna be about damn time. This game is finally over. Shackles have been released. Unfortunately for everyone at Riverside on their home channel, you guys are
Hey man, we got tomorrow. We got tomorrow on Valorant.
Tomorrow for Valorant, but today, the Broncos are walking away.
Yeah, so I'll be talking to you guys' e-boards like, hey, what name do you guys want us to have? What picture do you guys want us to use and stuff like that. So
I look forward to having 2 Cal Poly Pomona Discords to join.
Technically 3. Are you in the Smash one?
Oh, I am
CPP
not.
Ultimate?
So 3. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of Discords I'm not in at the moment. But speaking of what, unfortunately for Riverside, they put up a valiant fight, Chicken Cup. But unfortunately for your alma mater, you guys lost.
Exactly.
And,
so now we could now go for our last and final giveaway. So what do you want it to be? So we could get 2 things. We could either use Tristana or we could use Tristana as our giveaway.
I mean, we could. What about like anti-bullying? You know, like that was a lot of bullying we just saw. How about shout out? I want to say Lulu man, but like that's kind of
dude. Dark Beast. I love Dark Beast though. He literally kept it down for the past 2 games. You guys had a sub, all right. That's kind of cheating. Let's be real here. All these guys have been playing all day, so they're just tired. So it's all right. We'll just go with Tristana for our key word for our broadcaster. So the first 4 winners will win the $25 Riot RP gift card. Going to be rolling that out between this next week, and the 5th person, so the very last person, will win the fantastic mouse. We're going to be rolling a quick ad just to get everybody to say and type in chat Tristana. If our producer could run a quick ad and change the keyword to Tristana real fast, that would be fantastic. But overall, XT, thanks for coming over here and watching these games, albeit very, very long. Did you like, watching these games?
Okay, I got him. Yes.
Missing one, Latina.
Today I'm gonna start with some tapping.
Yes, nice shot for me. Perfect. Yes.
Oh, we are
Are
muted.
we? Are we
Yeah.
muted? That's unfortunate. I'm sorry to bait you.
Oh, we
It's
are now no longer muted.
Oh,
Excellent. You
okay.
guys missed nothing. We talked about nothing,
we
folks.
we're just
We're
all right,
rolling.
we're
We're
rolling, we're
rolling the
rolling.
names right now. Yeah. Vu 8 is our first winner. And then Vom Brom is our second winner. And then Who is Marcus is our third winner.
Who is Marcus?
Who is Marcus? What is Marcus? But nobody
Why?
asked, how is Marcus?
Hmm. So those are 3. We got
Double
2
by
more. We
for
got
fourth.
double by for 4th. Okay, and the last one going to be the mouse is
Snack Sniff.
Skip. Tip Sniff. That's our moderator.
All right, let's spam reroll, please. So we do this all the time in
she's
Fast reroll. If it's not
she's-
you, we reroll, right?
Yeah, exactly. Nah. She did win. That is extremely cool. So Vu 8, Vomram, Who is Marcus, Double by, and Sneck Sniff. You guys won everything. So email hlg.ucr@gmail.com. I posted it in the chat because I'm a mod, because I'm cool like that, you know.
Are you?
I wish I was cool. Did you know? Did you know you guys had a wine tasting class, or like I was informed of that. I'm just like, there's no way that you guys have a wine tasting class at CPP. But yeah, that's going to be it for the giveaways. And heads up for any weird classes that you might want to take at UCR. We actually have a streaming class also at UCR.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Other than that, I think we could actually leave it off right here. If you guys want to talk to the staff about your prizes that you won, please come into the Highlander Gaming Discord at a staff and just like, hey, I have proof of how I won. Can I email you guys and stuff like that? Can I talk to you guys about these? And that is definitely it. For us tonight. Do you want to say anything before you go eat your rice and cold tofu?
Thanks for watching.
Yep. All right. We could go now.
Okay.